This time of the year, it's often about the star players. The spotlight, already bright during the regular season, can grow to blinding proportions in the playoffs. Often the team whose stars shine in that spotlight will be victorious in the end. In Game 1, the Flyers stars rose to the occasion, while the Devils' big guns met frustration. The Flyers' leaders were prominent at both ends of the ice. As a result, their season-long mastery of the Devils continued. Now the Devils have to be wondering what they must do to beat the guys in orange and black to survive in the postseason. Game 2, Flyers-Devils next.
Fans around the Prudential Center, Devils fans at least, seem a bit concerned as Game 2 approaches. Flyers fans, they're ready to go. They made a lot of noise on Wednesday night in Game 1. They're ready to make some more here tonight. It's Game 2 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals between the Flyers and the Devils here from Newark, New Jersey. And a pleasant good evening. Welcome to Flyers Playoff Hockey here on Comcast Sportsnet. Along with Bill Clement, I'm Jim Jackson. Steve Coates will join us here in just a moment. Well, Bill, Flyers got the victory in Game 1. To a man, they don't feel as though they played their best game, yet they're still up 1-0. Not all bad.
Game 2s are so important, JJ. The circumstance never changes. Going into a Game 2, one team's in a position to have a stranglehold in the series. The other one could be on life support. The Flyers are in position to get a stranglehold early here.
And you can see when the Flyers do get that stranglehold, they finish it off 16 for 16. On the other hand, if it's 1-1, they've won 15 times, they've lost 15 times, so it could go either way. That's how pivotal this game could be. Well, one of the Game 1 stars, no question about it, was Brian Boucher. And, you know, long time between playoff wins for Brian Boucher, almost a full decade, the third longest in NHL history.
Well, you think it's been an interesting couple of months for Brian Boucher? How about an interesting decade? Going back to the year 2000, 10 years ago, when he made one of the most spectacular saves that anybody had ever seen, and just happened to be in a playoff series against the New Jersey Devils. The next 9 years featured 6 different teams and a year in the minors, but Brian Boucher, even in March, was letting pucks get by him like this. He started to turn it around a few weeks ago, and 10 days ago, this save in Toronto, he was on his way. 5 days ago, in the shootout against the New York Rangers, he put the Flyers in the playoffs, and then 2 nights ago, right here in Newark, this save against Ilya Kovalchuk announced to the world, Brian Boucher is back, and he looks a lot more like the guy of the year 2000 than he does the guy that played in March.
23 saves in Game 1, and yes, some like that one were spectacular, but it also helps to have a guy like Chris Pronger playing in front of you, and certainly Chris Pronger was very good in Game 1 and often matched up against the star players for the Devils, Zach Parise and Ilya Kovalchuk. We asked Chris going into this series, what did he expect from Kovalchuk?
Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. Probably 4 times this year, maybe 4 or 5 times. But obviously, I've played against them, you know, the Olympics and you know, sporadically over the course of his career. I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 games each year. But I've got a pretty good read on what he likes to do out there, his tendencies and things like that.
Well, any tendencies Chris Pronger didn't know about, he got a crash course in Game 1 because Ilya Kovalchuk was a threat just about every time he was on the ice. Chris Pronger played 90% of his shifts against either Ilya Kovalchuk or Zach Parise, so the Flyers got the matchups they wanted. That doesn't mean Kovalchuk can be stopped. He was still a threat. The Flyers are going to try to stay a little closer to him in this hockey game, and at the end of the Game 1, Kovalchuk just tried to do too much. Chris Pronger, while he is a shutdown guy defensively, brings so much to the table because he can also be an offensive threat. He scored on the power play. The Devils had only allowed 5 power play goals against since the Olympics. Kovalchuk ended Game 1 a very frustrated athlete. If he's as frustrated tonight at the end of the game as he was in Game 1, the Flyers will be smiling.
Yeah, that's a good sign for the Flyers, no doubt about that. Part of that frustration emanated from struggles on the power play. The Devils were 0 for 5, and boy, Steve Coates, the Flyers do have their penalty killers who excel.
You know, Jimmy, we're always talking about the goal scorers and the outstanding defensemen like Chris Pronger. But when you take a look at the success of this hockey club, a lot of it has to do with the fourth line with Ian LaPierre and Blair Betts on it. They have just been absolutely spectacular throughout the season in killing penalties. Now you see the numbers. During the season, they averaged around 12 minutes. The other night, because they had to kill 5 penalties, they were up into the 15-15 and 15-53 mark. And those blocks right there just don't show enough about what these guys do. They block shots fearlessly. It doesn't matter when and where. And then Ian LaPierre, we kidded about the fact that he was a big scoring junior. Right there, you saw the reason why with that beautiful back pass to Mike Richards to give the Flyers that 2-0 lead. Coming up, it's the New Jersey Devils and the Philadelphia Flyers.
Tonight's Flyers-Devils Game 2 is brought to you by your local Tri-State Toyota dealers. Go Flyers, go Toyota. Toyota moving forward. By Bud Light, the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. And by Wachovia, the official financial services partner of the Philadelphia Flyers. It's hard to imagine a player with Martin Brodeur's Hall of Fame caliber resume as having to prove himself at this point, but in some ways, that is the position he's in. The Flyers seem to have had his number this year, handing him 6 losses. No other team gave him more than 2. Brodeur tries to figure out the Flyers as the puck is dropped on Game 2 after these messages. Tonight's first period on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Pepsi Max. Maximum taste, maximum energy, 0 calories. And by VWLocal.com. Go to VWLocal.com or your area Volkswagen dealer to learn more about great deals on all their new vehicles. Getting set for Game 2, a playoff game in North Jersey for the Flyers. It's been good news. 6-3 are the Flyers when playing the Devils on the road in the playoffs.
And our Kia starting goalies, nothing will change for the Flyers. Brian Boucher in goal, making his 2nd straight start on this quarterfinal Eastern Conference playoff round. Marty Brodeur, what is this? Consecutive playoff start, 168 for Brodeur. In that range, plus or minus 1. Who's counting?
At that point, you lose count.
Yeah.
He has been the franchise for this Devils team and yet has some heat on him, as the Devils have struggled in the playoffs in recent years. Haven't made it past the first round in half a decade, which for them is a drought. Underway in Game 2. Road whites again for the Flyers. Home Reds for the Devils as Nina Zubers will throw it across ice. It's tipped away by Pronger and then sent deep into the Flyers zone. You look at the Flyer line combinations and defense pairs. Both teams have made player changes after Game 1. We'll get to that as the puck bounces back out to Zach Parise, and he'll fire into the Philadelphia zone. Back is Carl, tipped it, but right there is Zubers backhanding off Carl, and Boucher will scramble to cover up. Keys to tonight's game, Mr. Coates?
Well, you know that the Philadelphia Flyers are going to see a flurry of New Jersey Devils coming at Brian Boucher. So you got to be able to clear the porch, allow him to see the puck, and don't allow the traffic. But better performance from the Carter line, and on top of that, keep Parise and Kovalchuk frustrated. Boy, they were having a tough time the other night.
We've already seen Jeff Carter's line get a chance out there. They started the game, and Scott Hartnell really took a charge at Zach Parise and nailed him in front of the Flyers bench.
Kovalchuk said the Devils have to bring not just their A game, their double A game to this one, and he does appear to be ready to go. As you look at the Devil line combinations from the warm-up, you can take a look at those. Probably we won't see those throughout the game. Jacques Lemaire, notorious for mixing up his lines.
Peter Laviolette knows that his guys have to be ready for 5 to 10 minutes of Devils fury here. Devils, a proud organization, when backed into a corner, are going to come scratching and clawing right at you. So how do you withstand the 10 minutes of fury? Efficiently get the puck out of your zone like that. Exactly what Kimmo Timonen did there.
Nothing fancy. As Jamie Langenbrunner, the Devils captain, will drop it back. And now the cross-ice pass intercepted off the skate of Gagne, but right to Paul Martin. There we go across ice. Green and Martin play catch. There's the Devils try to formulate a rush. The pass to Kovalchuk. Has a look, and then the pass to Zajac. Could not hang on at the Philadelphia line. Team it in for Carcillo. He's stumped by Kovalchuk. Gagne checked as well. Puck does make its way to center. Carcillo throws his weight into Kovalchuk. And an elbow is called. Got Eric Furlat and Mike Lego as your referees in this game. Kovalchuk might be the guilty party here.
Wow. What a break. More frustration for Ilya Kovalchuk, and is starting early. This is exactly what the Flyers wanted here.
Well, obviously, Kovalchuk's got a lot of frustration in him right now, and he wanted to be able to start off this game. Now, watch the elbow right here. He actually is going to be able to turn and get another shot up there, but Carcillo came up with him, and it was actually Kovalchuk's elbow that came up into the chops of Carcillo.
Yeah, he saw Carcillo coming and nailed him with the elbow.
The old Gordie Howe trick. It gets him 2 minutes, and the Flyers an early power play. Flyer power play did tally in game 1. Chris Pronger lit the lamp.
I gotta tell you something. I don't know which ref called that, but that's an easy play to miss.
Yeah, I think it was Eric Furlat who made that call. As the Devils clear the puck all the way down. Carcillo was on his way in to get Kovalchuk. Kovalchuk saw him coming. And this occasion it's the Flyers who get the power play, but they haven't been able to set up in the offensive zone as yet as the Devils clear again. Really come out of his net.
Really good poke check, sweep check by Travis Zajac at the blue line on Jeff Carter.
There's Pronger getting his bearings after being upended. Now moves the puck ahead to Claude Giroux. Darting in across the line. They'll slam on the brakes and look to set it up. Back to Pronger, right back to Giroux. Giroux all the way across. That's read by Salvador, who tips but does not clear. Carl keeps it in. A wrist shot deflects, goes wide. Gagne picks it up. Simone Gagne back around for Mike Richards. Richards chips to Carl. Carl laying it off for Pronger. Pronger holding on and back to Carl, and he couldn't tee it up. And now it's Elias the other way. He's got Parisi up the middle and on goal, and he scores! Zach Parisi on the short-handed goal, giving the Devils the 1-0 lead.
Oh, how close the Flyers were to generating a good scoring opportunity when Matt Carl had the puck get through his skates. The puck ended up on the absolute wrong devil stick from a Flyer standpoint, because it was Elias in the neutral zone that made this pass. What a move by Zach Parise.
And we wanted to keep him off the board, but right there you're going to go one-on-one with one of the best kept secrets in the National Hockey League is Zach Parise. And he's just going to be able to go in the forehand, drop the shoulder, wait for Boucher to go down, and then goes to the backhand upstairs to give the Devils a 1-0 lead. What a Texas turnaround there, after you had mentioned with that great opportunity by Matt Carl.
13th postseason goal for Zach Parise. Elias the assist, 2:45 the time. The Flyers are offside, going back into the Devils zone, down to 20 seconds remaining on the power play.
Calling this an intentional offside too, so the faceoff's going to come all the way back down to Brian Boucher's right. Now, if you're not familiar with Zach Parise, you just got a really good look at what he can do when he's got enough time to make things happen. When Matt Carl had the puck jump over his stick, Patrick Elias he had to feather that pass perfectly, because I thought Matt Carl did a really good job of recovering and getting in between Elias and Parise. It's just a hair of room, and that's all Elias needed to get the puck to Parise.
So the Devils hit the game's first goal. They get it early. Here's Parise looking for more. His shot blocked, and then eludes Elias. Back the other way goes Carter. Final seconds of the power play. Carter sends it across ice. Flyers are onside. Coburn stopped by Green. Briere fires one off the shoulder of Brodeur. Behind the net, it's Green. Shuffling it off. And now Parise will move it ahead to Kovalchuk. Ilya Kovalchuk looking for room. He barrels in. And then Coburn got just a piece of the puck to knock it away from him. Kovalchuk in heavy traffic. Briere ends up with it for Philadelphia. Threw it back to the circle. Coburn is there. And he'll move it out to Van Riemsdyk.
Good job. But you need support when you're one-on-one with Ilya Kovalchuk. You look around and you hope that that next jersey there is wearing your color.
Here's Skula behind the Devils net. Up the wall. Ryan Parent in the lineup for the Flyers. Went in and tried the body check there. It's Kovalchuk the other way, but Pronger was there to meet him. Now he deals to Langen, running for a shot. Saved by Boucher, and the rebound fanned on by Zajac as he was in tight. Darryl Powell the other way, and he'll wind it into the Devils zone. Out of the reach of Brodeur, and out to center ice it goes. Oscars Bartulis quickly to Matt Carl. He's tripped up. And a penalty, or is it a penalty? Too many men on the ice, yeah.
Too many men.
Philadelphia bench monitor, too many men on the ice.
So the Flyers guilty of having too many players on the ice, and now Jacques Lemaire, his team, will get the power play. As that penalty was being called, there was that collision at the line.
Boy, yeah. It sure looked like I thought there might have been a knee being called when Matt Carl got hit.
That's what I think, but I don't know what he could be upset about. If you can take a look at it again, there's too many men for sure. As you're going to be able to count them up here, Billy.
Well, I only see 5 so far, but then there are 2 coming on. If we stop here, you'll see 2 coming on right here. So 2 replacing 1. The math doesn't really look all that great when 2 replace 1.
And you had to know that the officials would be keeping an eye on that Philadelphia bench, because there's been a lot of talk between games about the second Flyers goal the other night, and the Devils claiming after watching it on video, they didn't complain at the time, but after watching the video, they thought there were too many men on the ice.
That's so avoidable. When you're the guy that's coming on the ice, you verbally identify out loud so everybody can hear you who you're replacing. If that had happened there, it would have been avoided.
So the Devils power play goes to work. Here's Martin in the middle. Laying it off. One-timer. Kovalchuk, he missed the target, and it has so much steam on it, it's going to make its way to center ice. That was a big story in game 1. 0 for 5. The Devils with a man advantage. Elias trying to finesse that one through to Parise, but could not. Langen, runner out there watching now as the Flyers move the puck along, and Pronger will clear.
What a nifty play by Kimmo Timonen. Wasn't afraid to put the puck right in front of Brian Boucher because he had read that there were no Devils there. Nice read.
Martin will start up. Goes to Kovalchuk. He's checked by Gagne. Simon Gagne the other way, and he is stripped of the puck by Brian Ralston.
As long as Ilya Kovalchuk continues to try to do many things by himself, Flyers are okay.
Zajac dumps one in and goes after it. Nearly got to it. Coburn poking at the puck, comes away with it now, and Braden Coburn will skate to center ice with it, and then circle back to waste some time. Cross ice, LaPerriere trying to tip that one through to Richards, but it was knocked down, but then Kovalchuk stopped. But here's Andy Green following up and across the line. Drop pass, Ralston shot, and that one fought off by Boucher. Picked back up by the Devils, but overskated, and LaPerriere will send it all the way down. 33 seconds remain on the power play. Mike Motto starts up for New Jersey. Motto dropping it off for Elias. And across now, and they'll set it up. And as Subers drops it back along for Elias. Harassed by Betts. To the point, Motto across for Green. Now it's Motto center point. Takes the shot, deals to Elias, back to Motto. And across to Green for the one-timer. Boucher's there to meet it. The rebound gathered by the Devils. Final seconds tick off the power play. Green moves to the middle. The power play is over. Motto in front, off of Parise and wide. And then Parise gets some punishment as Asham clears the zone.
Not really threatening on that Devils power play. 5 left-handed shots, and without Kovalchuk on the far side of the ice for the one-timer, not nearly as dangerous.
He did not get a shot on goal. Well, I thought I saw a shot on goal, but yeah, I guess they weren't credited for one at this point as Briere fires in.
Flyers did a good job of keeping the power play to the outside. You've got to give a power play something. Just give them the low percentage stuff.
And it was one shot on that power play as the puck for Hartnell, but he is checked. And David Clarkson goes the other way. He'll backhand in. Boucher is out of his net. Or Bartulis going to reverse, and Scott Hartnell will take the puck, get it past Motto down the ice. It'll be icing, though, as it goes wide of the net. And Colin White is back for the touch-up. Let's look at the virtuous scratches from the lineups. We said changes for both teams. For the Flyers, Lucas Krajicek is out. Ryan Parrott is in. For the Devils, Rod Pelly is out. Coach's decision. And Matt Corrente will play, and most likely up front, even though he's been a defenseman most of his career at the minor league level.
Ryan Parents out there to start this shift, playing with Oskar Bartulis. That means that Braden Coburn has been repaired with Kimmo Timonen for this game.
Paul Martin, a shot here, goes wide. Bartulis takes care of Corrente. On for his first shift. And now LeBlanc back to Paul Martin. Kept it in the zone, backhands it in along the board. Sent right back up and out by Parent. And now looking to catch up to that is Danny Briere. He does. Shuffles it off to Hartnell. Hartnell with a head fake, but then he's checked by Martin. So backhanded around Will Hartnell all the way to the other quarter. Giroux for Hartnell. Knocked down. And Martin takes the puck away. His pass out into the middle, gathered by Green, and then Corrente across ice for LeBlanc, and he flipped it up and out of play. Just over 8 minutes into period number 1. Zach Parise is on the board. A short-handed tally, giving the Devils the early lead.
I haven't to mention that this guy is the best kept secret in the National Hockey League. Zach Parise just very quietly does his job here for the New Jersey Devils, the #1 scorer for them this season. And in game 1, watch him do the work. He'll get the puck originally back right here. He'll stand right in front of Boucher. Now, originally everybody thought he got it, but no, Zajac got the goal. And then tonight, one-on-one, you don't want to let this guy there. He's got such great hands and great moves. And right there you see why Zach Parise is so important to this New Jersey Devil team.
The first Devil in history of their franchise to have 4 consecutive 30-goal seasons.
Let's face it, this has not been a franchise known for its offense.
Right.
He has come along and certainly provided plenty of it. Almost a point-a-game pace in his early career against the Flyers, and he's got a huge goal in this one. That puck hit with a high stick, so the face-off in center ice.
Well, this series shifts home to the Wachovia Center this Sunday at 6 p.m. Note the start time, then again on Tuesday at 7:30. Tickets for all round 1 home games are on sale now. Call 800-298-4200 to visit PhiladelphiaFlyers.com. Great seats available. Come on, everybody. Join the playoff party.
It's always a great time. That's an offside on Philadelphia right there. People outside partying, getting ready. And entertaining to say the least. South Philadelphia. Flyers will return home at the very least even in this series, and should they win, it would only be the 2nd time in franchise history they've won the first 2 games of a best-of-7 game series on the road. Did so in '97 against the Buffalo Sabres, the only other time. So the puck sent into the Philadelphia zone. Pronger lost his stick as he moved that puck along. Carter dropping it off. Briere across ice, tipped by Hartnell. He and Martin after. Powell follows the play all the way deep into the Devils zone, but Paul Martin comes away with the puck and banks it out to center ice.
No pressure for the Flyers yet. No sustained forecheck.
Didn't get much of it in game 1. They were opportunistic enough to get 2 goals and played very well defensively to pick up the victory, but they do want to create more offense here tonight. Van Riemsdyk around behind. Giroux thumped by Martin Skula. Aaron Asham is there. Back around behind for Giroux. Van Riemsdyk sets a pick from Giroux. Centers, Asham scores! Aaron Asham ramming it into the empty net off the feed, and don't forget about the pick set by Van Riemsdyk. It's all good. Game tied at 1. Asham scores for a case of Tasty Cakes.
All right, the best sustained forecheck for the Flyers so far, and it results in a goal. Excellent work along the wall. James Van Riemsdyk threw this in behind to Claude Giroux and then parked in front of Marty Brodeur. If nothing else, he kept Brodeur busy enough that Asham could surprise him.
And where did Martin Skula go? All of a sudden, he was right there. There's number 28 right there. He keeps moving towards Van Riemsdyk and forgets all about Aaron Asham. That allows him to have the open opportunity to get the great pass from Giroux.
Well, Aaron Asham has his 3rd career playoff goal off the brilliant setup from Giroux. And Van Riemsdyk just setting himself up so the defenseman couldn't get to Giroux. And as Bill points out, to give Brodeur something to think about. Saved there by Boucher, then almost back out in front as Elias was trying to create something again. 3-on-2 the other way. Gagne with the puck. Gagne off to Richards. Richards with a pass that's blocked. He gets it back, holds on. Powell had got knocked down in front, and the puck bounces free. Powell retrieves it. Backhands to Gagne. Gagne holding on to Richards. Richards back in front looking for Gagne. Shot save, Brodeur. Rebound loose. They jam for it. Where is it? It's underneath either Brodeur or one of his teammates, and now Richards dumped And we'll see if there are any calls here as the intensity level increases here at Prudential Center. Flyers have tied it at 1. Aaron Asham ramming it home.
Aaron Asham on the left has tied the score with help from James Van Riemsdyk on the right, the rookie that really was in a great defensive position to start all of this. Here's Van Riemsdyk back here in a great defensive position. He just drifts the puck back along the wall to Claude Giroux, and while Giroux is doing business, watch on the left of your screen. There is Van Riemsdyk getting ready to set up in front of Brodeur. JVR played 5 minutes and change in game 1. If anything's going to help his confidence and allow him to contribute offensively, it'll be plays like that.
Boy, I talked Skula about going the other way. So did Rob Niedermeyer. Everybody was paying attention to Giroux, and nobody paid attention to Asham. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Devil players all mesmerized by the puck.
Here's Motto across ice for Colin White, and he'll slide it in along the boards. Travis Zajac is after it. Kovalchuk back to the point. Colin White. Boy, that goal has quieted the crowd here at Prudential Center. Zajac for Kovalchuk, getting some space, then holding on and trying a pass that Timonen got in the way of. Zajac and Kovalchuk combined to get the puck back for the Devils. The pass kept it at the line, but now the Flyers have it, and Briere will stuff it down the ice. Mike Motto is back, and he'll start up for the Devils. Less than 9 minutes to play in this first period. Rob Niedermeyer trying to corral the puck. Did so. They say it's onside. His shot blocked, and Van Riemsdyk has it. Turning, moving up from the red line. He'll send it in. And
notice how quickly Peter Laviolette got this line back out there.
Eddie Green over to get to it for the Devils. Van Riemsdyk catches up to him and gives him a check in front of the Philadelphia bench. That shift may very well have done exactly what Bill Clement said, giving him a little confidence boost. And when James is playing with confidence, you notice his skating. Giroux had trouble getting to that 2 times, and now David Clarkson bumped by Bartulis.
That's good separation right there by Oskars Bartulis.
Strong play. Some pushing and shoving. Clarkson and Asham have to be separated by a linesman. At least he's trying to separate them. His play is stopped, and penalties will be called. At least 1, probably 2.
Looks like Mike Lego's not going to take anything here. He's not going to let this game get out of hand. He's going to take Asham and Clarkson. Couple of tough guys, both can throw them pretty good. That would have been a dandy.
45, New Jersey Conley 23. 2 minutes each on sportsmanlike conduct.
But they only got to the Waiata stage.
Yeah, it's kind of like I would have liked it. We would have enjoyed it, but so be it, right, Billy?
Yeah.
Well, let's look at our Chrysler trivia question of the game. And what year did the Flyers and Devils first meet in the playoffs? 95, 97, or 2000? They've met 3 times previously. Asham and Clarkson go, and further embarrassment is that he gave them unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Not even the more rugged roughing minor.
They were mean mugging each other and getting ready. Come on, little tangle won't hurt anybody, will it?
Won't hurt us up here. See more of it.
Unless it's us.
Here's Skula across all kinds of room for Salvador in front, and no connection there. Back out it goes. Skula again. Flyers a little bit lost in their assignments here. Skula holding his shot blocked, and now it's Gagne with a clean sheet of ice in front of him, trying to get back his Skula. He will, and Gagne lost the puck back the other way. 2 on 2. Here's Parise dropping it off. Elias makes the deke in front. Parise taken down. Penalty. Coburn will go. And Zach Parise continues to make his imprint on this game. The Flyers will be shorthanded, and it will be a 4 on 3 for 119.
Boy, Martin Skula showed me some speed there to be able to track down Gagne, and then here they come back on the 2 on 2. They're going to cross, and then when they cross, now each defenseman's got to pick that player up. Now Coburn's going to pick up Parise right there on the cross. Elias goes to the outside, and when Parise goes to the net, Coburn drags them down. Boy, that's a nice. It makes it very, very tough when they cross like that.
That turnover at the offensive blue line really catches defensemen that haven't gapped up and gotten up on the play. So when the attack comes the other way, boy, you're in trouble. If ever there was a must-take penalty, it was that one that Coburn just took.
Goal saving.
Yep.
And you know, you talk about those turnovers. Another one here right off the draw, an angle shot. Parise went off the outside of the net. Turnovers in a 4-on-4 in particular, Bill. So dangerous. Here's Kovalchuk dropping it off. This is 4 skaters on 3. A lot of ice to work with. Cross ice pass and the shot by Zajac denied by Boucher and cleared by Pronger. Kovalchuk ahead to Elias. Elias turned back by Timonen. He'll give to Kovalchuk. They'll set it up again right across ice. Quick shot, save Boucher. Rebound, and he makes the save. It's still loose, and now he's got it. Ryan Boucher with a big stop on Parise, and now Richards. And Parise going at it. This one much feistier already than game 1.
Well, as long as Zach Parise is going to be a going concern, the Flyers have to play him like this. Exactly how Mike Richards did there. What incredible saves by Brian Boucher off Travis Zajac, off Ilya Kovalchuk. You talk about being in the zone. There wasn't one save here. There were a couple. Parise had 2 cracks at it, and that's when Mike Richards said, I've seen enough. I'm going to rip your face off here while you're lying on your back. Well, that shot by Zajac.
And all that opportunity, it was Boucher. You see that right pad, left pad he was trying to grab onto it with his glove, but right at the last second, that puck will come right out, and Kimmo Timonen will go, excuse me, we'll just put it right here.
Now the 4-on-3 continues. Kovalchuk can't get a shooting lane. Gives to Zajac. Now Elias. Person right in front, and Boucher says no again. Brian Boucher sliding across, pinning that one against his body, and he keeps the game tied.
The Brian Boucher goaltending clinic has officially begun. The thing that is terrific about Brian Boucher's game right now is that he has complete awareness of who is around him, but besides that, in tight, he's very patient and not leaky. There was no daylight to get the puck through him on that play.
Pronger clears right off the draw and then was upended. Took a look around. 20 seconds remain on the concurrent minors. Then it becomes a 5-on-4 if the Devils don't score. Kovalchuk got it in. Boucher is there. Hands off to Pronger. Tries the glass, but Kovalchuk is right there. And Kovalchuk sizing things up. The pass to Zajac across. Elias back out. Kovalchuk holds shot blocked by Betts. It's chopped free to Elias. It's now a 5-on-4. Elias pass blocked by Timonen. Couldn't clear though. It hit Clarkson. He's just getting out of the box. Now takes the shot, and that one goes off Pronger, and then the glass. Now Betts chipping it ahead to Asham. Aaron Asham trying to get that puck to settle down, and it's knocked away by Clarkson, but a penalty's called. Whoa! We'll see. It's just going to be a 2-minute minor for tripping, but the crowd thought Clarkson got the puck. If he gets the puck first, that's not a penalty, or at least it shouldn't be. But they're going to say it is.
We're going to take a look at this, and you be the judge of whether Clarkson gets the puck before knocking over Asham. Oh, wow, he got the puck, but it seemed just as he gets to the puck, look at the puck, and then down came the legs. So, boy, I'll tell you what, when you're looking at that angle, it looked like it was the legs first.
Well, that's what the ref was motioning when he skated over the penalty box, saying he got him in the legs, got him in the legs. Yes, he did get the puck, but he also took him down. Jacques Lemaire doesn't like the call. I've seen a lot of those just go the other way and be let go.
Yes, because he most definitely got the puck cleanly, and it was very close. But the Flyers will take it. 4-on-4 for the next 16 seconds. Then the Flyers get a man advantage. Bartulis a shot into heavy traffic. Knocked down Colin White. Rolled along. McCannon lets Motto try to clear, and he couldn't, so he then sends it back to Colin White. Coburn out of the box. Flyers to the power play. There is Coburn stepping into McCammon as McCammon punches the puck into the Philadelphia zone. So a minute 28 seconds of power play time here for Philadelphia. They're getting the troops organized here as Carl circles. And now he starts up, finds Richards. The captain navigates his way in, holds his pass, tipped just wide by Giroux. Skula tries to clear. Pronger keeps it in with his skate. Drops it off for Giroux, off the wall with it, right back out Carl. Carl for Richards, set it off the side of the net. Now back to the quarter, Richards. Able to dance off the wall with it, and diving, pokes it to Gagne, who circles. Gagne with a shot. That one rides high and wide. Carl niftily keeps it in. To Gagne, turning. Cross ice Richards, back in front. Ricochets back to Carl for a shot. Deflection, score! Claude Giroux able to redirect. And the Flyers take a 2-1 lead on the power play goal. Giroux scores for a case of tasty cakes.
What a power play. Two things have to happen to be really effective. Pucks have to move and people have to move. And this was as animated a power play as you're going to see from the Flyers. Everybody had a piece of it. When Matt Carl finally let the shot go, Giroux only changed its direction, the trajectory of the puck, just a tiny little bit, but it was enough.
Take a look at where his position is. You see, he gets himself away from School again, but he's going towards the shooter. That allows him the opportunity to be able to keep his eye on the puck. Here comes Carl from his left point position. He's got Giroux. Hey, just get the puck down along the ice. Allow somebody to be able to redirect it. Giroux headed back towards him to get away from the traffic. And as Billy said, just enough to make that puck move right between the 5-hole of Marty Brodeur.
You know, Brodeur had his pads positioned for the shot from Carl, and it looked like it might have been going a little wide, but Brodeur opened up his pads to make sure that he covered it. When he opened the pads on the Carl shot is when he left himself vulnerable to Giroux.
Oh, Giroux, an offensive factor for the Flyers against the Penguins last year in the playoffs. He had 5 points in 6 games. That shot handled by Brodeur as he snared the offering from Briere. 4:07 to play in the first action-packed period. Flyers are on top.
10-6, the shots on net. The score, though, the other way. The Philadelphia Flyers leading the New Jersey Devils 2-1 right now. And this is the guy right now that's been big early in this hockey game as he's come up with save after save, especially on the penalty kill, especially when the puck was in close. Zach Parise was stoned not once, but twice. Oh, yeah, he got a goal, but Boucher's got him on a couple of other occasions. He's been huge here in the first period.
There was a word bigger than huge. Could use it because he has just been such a factor here for the Flyers.
Gimungus.
There it is. That's right. You used that. What did you use that? It was Toronto or something. Yes. First time I'd ever heard the word. I like it. Perrier tips it ahead to Dan Carcillo, but he overskates. Kovalchuk takes over. Brenner will drop it back to Green, and now it's Martin. Richards getting the second assist of that second Flyers goal. Carl the primary, Giroux the tally.
Actually, it was ginormous in Toronto.
Oh, you changed up on me. Well, I like both of them.
Is typical.
Yeah.
All I know is Brian Boucher's got the force field up.
Yes.
Across his crease. Unbelievable saves in close.
And Zuber's muscling his way in, and this shot deflected by Carl out of play. 3:12 to go here in the first. Comcast Sportsnet is your best source for inside access to the Flyers' fight for Lord Stanley's Cup. Get a complete breakdown, expert analysis of the Flyers-Devils Eastern Conference quarterfinals on the ultimate goal Saturday night at 10:30, only on Comcast Sportsnet. In between periods, we'll be hearing from our esteemed crew back in Philadelphia, which includes the one, the only Rick Tocchet, as he has joined us for the rest of the playoff run. Good to have Talk aboard.
Talk, make sure you save a chair for some of the rest of us when we get back there, okay, bud? Thank you.
That's when he's done pummeling Al Morganti. Al keeps giving him a little ribbing here and there, and he's braver than I am, Al Morganti.
How long do you figure that'll take, the pummeling of Al at the hands of Talk?
Not long. Not long at all. Flyers moving up. Gagne looking for Powell. Powell chopping it into the Devil zone. Brodeur's out. And he gets to Luc LeBlanc to move it to the red line and then chip into the Philadelphia zone. He'll chase. Parent first two, but he overskates. Parente trying to get that in front. Blocked aside by Parent. And Bartulis will clear, but too much of that. It'll be icing as Skula goes back to get the whistle.
Flyers will keep their unit out there for this icing call. Some muscle out there in the form of Aaron Asham, who's been involved already. Drew the penalty to put the Flyers on the power play that led to the 2-1 goal.
Aaron Asham, a former Devil. He'd gone some 40 games in his career without a goal against his former team until scoring a goal this year. And now he has a playoff goal against him. Some shenanigans and extracurricular activity here. James Van Riemsdyk was involved. Nothing too serious. Got to really walk that tightrope in the playoffs. Here's Bartulis backhanding for Giroux. Pushed from behind, but able to clear the zone. Dean McCammon gets to it.
Aaron Asham with a good job on that faceoff as well. The Flyers were able to get quickly out of the zone after Giroux had been thrown out of the faceoff circle.
Got here, bouncing puck giving Bartulis and Perrin trouble. McCammon couldn't ground either. Now it's set in by Salvador or Corrente. Corrente centering. A shot blocked off by Bartulis. Back it goes to Salvador. No way off for McCammon. A shot off the glove of Boucher, and he gets some help from Van Riemsdyk, who gets to it and now looks to use that speed. James Van Riemsdyk roaring up through center ice. Van Riemsdyk hit across the line, cutting to the middle. Still has it, backhander save. Brodeur. What a rush by the 20-year-old.
I'd say he's feeling pretty good.
He lifted a tad faster than anybody else on the ice, didn't he?
Maybe I should say if he's feeling anything like he looks, he's feeling really good.
Exactly. Coburn in a battle will pump that one ahead for Briere. Zajac pumps it back down low. Even in ridden by Langenrunner, but right there is Coburn. Ahead off his stick. Paul Martin will get to it.
The Flyers continue to get pucks out of their zone very efficiently, supporting one another. Good passes.
Kovalchuk moving up. His pass back, read by Hartnell. Tips it out to center. It's a race for the puck. Briere and Martin. Briere gets to it. Briere back to Hartnell for a shot deflected by Green on a play. Oh, they were close right there.
Well, this Sunday night, round one action continues in this Flyers Devils series. It's game 3 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. Tickets for all round 1 home games are on sale right now. Great lower level seats are available. Just pick up the phone now and call 800-298-4200 or visit PhiladelphiaFlyers.com. It's that easy. It's a heck of a series.
Oh, there's nothing quite like the atmosphere of the playoffs at the Wachovia Center. That place rocks.
Yep.
Pronger's shot here is blocked in front. Richards nudging it along the boards, hoping for Giroux, but getting Aliash instead. Edidine Subers, final 36 seconds of this first period. They play that bouncer carefully. Pronger given a bump and a little slow getting back up as he's tangled up with Parise. And now Zuber's digging away as well. Gagne got it ahead, but not out of the zone. Now Pronger's up. They'll play it around, hoping for Carl. Richards comes in after it. And now the puck controlled by Zubris. Gets it in along the boards. Flyers cut it off. Carl hits Giroux. 9 seconds in the period. Richards will try to clear it in. It hits a stick. Giroux jumps on it. Couldn't get a shot off. It's swept to the corner by Brodeur. Motto has the puck as the first period comes to an end. A good period for the Flyers. Claude Giroux breaking a 1-1 tie with a power play goal at 15:30. Brodeur beaten twice. Flyers have a 2-1 lead through 20 minutes. Tonight's Flyers Devils first period was brought to you by McDonald's. Get a small premium roast coffee for 89 cents and a medium for just $1. McDonald's, I'm loving it. And by Kia Motors. Kia, the power to surprise. There's your menu for the first intermission. We'll break this game down, as will the guys back in Philadelphia. Plenty of highlights and analysis. Right now, we head downstairs. Coatsy set to chat with one of the Flyer goal scorers, Claude Giroux.
Not only a goal and an assist, and boy, I'll tell you what, the way that the Flyers came back, first of all, Brian Boucher's been outstanding in that period and really helped you guys out in that period.
Since the start of the series, he's been playing well for us, and we're trying to help him the most we can and try to be tight defensively. And every time we give him a jersey a chance to get a scoring chance, he's there to stop it.
Let's talk about your goal, because you put yourself in great position. You saw Matt Carl coming from the point.
Yeah, it was just, I thought it was a shot and a rebound to Matt Carl, and I was just trying to stay in front, and he was able, I don't know if he was passing or shooting, but I was able to get a little stick on it.
Claude, thank you very much. And hey, congratulations. Goal and assist to give the Flyers a 2-1 lead.
Thanks, Coach.
Back up to you, Jimmy Jackson.
All right, Mr. Coates. That's 7 points now in 8 playoff games for Claude Giroux. Back with more from North Jersey after this.
This portion of Flyers hockey on Comcast Sports that is brought to you by Chevrolet and your local Chevy dealers. 2-1 Flyers through 20 minutes of play here at Prudential Center. A very exciting first period in the books. And welcome back. And Bill, the first period, the Devils did come out with the intensity we expected. The Flyers answered.
Well, there were so many positives from a Flyers standpoint. First of all, when the Devils have the lead, they have the game where they want it. So the Flyers overcame a lead. They also tallied on the power play, and they got a number of people involved in the offense that you might not have thought would contribute, and I think that was really key as well.
And one of them was James Van Riemsdyk, who really made his presence felt. You talked about it. Early good shift and really got him going.
He says, I mean, one positive thing can mean so much in a confidence sense to somebody like James Van Riemsdyk, and he was the guy that, while he didn't really touch the puck on this play, set up the screen in front of Marty Brodeur. But the story of this game has been the output from Claude Giroux, third-line center, from James Van Riemsdyk, the third-line left winger, and Aaron Asham, who plays the right side. When JVR is skating, when Aaron Asham is hitting holes, and when Claude Giroux is doing what he does best along the wall and in the corners, that line is really dangerous, and they were really dangerous in the first.
No doubt about it. Van Riemsdyk, by the way, not far from here was where he grew up, so this is special series from him indeed. Claude Giroux on the score sheet twice, an assist and a goal, helping the Flyers to lead back to Philadelphia. Here from the guys after this.
Hockey in Pittsburgh sends Pens 18 seconds in. Here is Peter Regan, rips one past the Flower. 1-0 Senators. But wait, there's more. This Pens aren't done. They've got El Cid, Sidney Crosby. We love to hate him here. They love him. It's Pittsburgh. Ties it up at 1 apiece. And that's where they are in the second period. As we welcome you to our intermission report, Rick Tocchet, Al Morganti, Michael Barkan here. And when the Flyers fell down 1-0, you thought, uh-oh, this is the onslaught we thought was going to happen. And then to see the Flyers tie it up, a surprise, pleasant surprise.
Yeah, and this is a good thing for the Flyers. In addition to their goals, the doubt that New Jersey must have in their mind now, because frankly, they played a pretty good period, got a lot of chances, great saves by Boucher, score shorthanded, get power play chances, and come out trailing a goal to a team that's starting to get some confidence. All
right, let's take a look at that 1-1 goal. It's 1-0 New Jersey. They scored 2:45 into the game. Toc, this is what we talked about. Al mentioned it, cycling.
Yeah, the cycle, Coach Al, by the way. You want to get the puck the other side. The Devils have their defense in front. Great pick here. That's a great pick. It gets Drew, buys him time. Hell of a pass to Asham. Give and go. That is a great goal, and you get the puck the other side against the Devils. There again with the pick, and then you get the pass to Asham for the net.
Aaron Asham just sneaks behind everybody, and that's what you want. You're misdirecting everyone else.
And I like the coach just knowing Giroux's got the going tonight. Just keep him on the ice. Let him go.
Yeah.
He's playing terrific.
Claude Giroux gets the 2-1 goal. Brian Boucher again come into play, and we thought he was good in game number 1. He's continuing everything in game number 2. What have you seen from him?
Square to the puck. Even these scrambles, not a lot of movement. If you watch him, see how still he is. A good goaltender is quiet in the net, and those are just great saves by a guy. He keeps everybody in the game. Here's another one. That right there could be the difference in the game right there with that, Al.
And then watch 9 and 18. Watch Parisi. He's going to be tough all night. He really wants this, and so does the Flyers captain, though. So Parisi's going to be right around there all night long, and they've already had tremendous struggles, he and Richards and whomever he's up against. So we got a long way to go in this one. It's going to be a good one.
All right, we're going to pause right now on the television side, and we'll see you in the second intermission. But if you're on CSNPhilly.com, we're coming back right now to tell you the real deal.
Tonight's second period from the Prudential Center is brought to you by Acura Advance and by Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you. right in the middle of things in that first period. As you look at the first period summary, goal and an assist for the youngster. Matt Parise responsible for the Devils' goal. The Flyers take a 2-1 lead into the second period here in Newark. Even strength hockey to get this period underway as Chris Pronger controls. Finds Carl and then off. Scott Hartnell's stick deep into the Devils zone. Hartnell, Briere, Carter starting the period. This is a line that Flyers really want to get some more from here as this series moves along. Zajac a shot that goes off a stick and out of play.
We'll take a look inside the numbers. The scoring chances were 6 for the Flyers and 7 for the Devils. What's impressive is that only one of those scoring chances off a Devils stick came at even strength, and the Devils are a 5-on-5 team. Face-offs, the Flyers need to continue to do a little bit of work there. They had 9 wins and 14 losses in the first period.
Obviously, one of the scoring chances for the Devils came while they were shorthanded, the goal, and then just about all the rest of them during that 4-on-3 portion of their power play. And Brian Boucher stood tall at that particular point of the game as Mike Motto will swing the puck into the Philadelphia zone. Coburn sidestepping a check, but then his clearing attempt knocked back down. Well, Powell jumps on it, and he'll return to Coburn, but Braden misplayed it, and now Elias is there, but his pass back tipped by Gagne, who nearly had himself a 2-on-1. He does end up getting to the puck again in the neutral zone, but it's tipped away, and Motto will look for Elias. It's too far in front of the veteran, but he'll go get it, pass it back. Zuber's looking to find Elias, but it went on through it. Here's Simone Gagne. Makes his way toward the Devils zone. To the line, and he'll wind up in blast, and that one blocked off by the Devils' Stula. And the trade deadline pickup will move it to center ice. It gets through Van Riemsdyk. There's LeBlanc with a shot. That went high and wide. Up Niedermeyer back around behind. Parent working on Clarkson. He's a handful. Big, strong forward. Clarkson able to move that puck back out to the point. Bryce Salvador, but he let it get by him all the way down. Brodeur will try the stretch pass for Clarkson, tipped away by Parent. Claude Giroux jumps on the puck. In across the Devils line. Cuts to the middle. Holds. Stutter step. And then finessed it through to Van Riemsdyk. He'll drop it back off for Giroux. His pass to Van Riemsdyk. Going around behind. Wrap around. Got it back out in front. Here's Carl. Carl sent it off of Brodeur's stick to the glass behind the net. There's Giroux surging to it again. Claude Giroux holding on. Back out. Pronger. One-time shot blocked. And then Pronger could not keep it in with his glove. LeBlanc got it ahead, but not very far. Here's Giroux again on it, but he knows he's at the end of a shift, so he'll just fire it in.
Just in case anybody thought that the great first period by the third line centered by Giroux was a mirage, it wasn't.
Keep playing like that, and by the end of the night, they'll be the second line, or maybe even the first as the Devils clear the puck in. Peter Laviolette has shown he will go with a line that's hot. That line is looking more and more like it's having one of those nights. Here's Betts with a backhander. Deflected away. Devils move it back to center. Ian LePerriere from the red line takes a high hit as he dumps the puck in. That was Corrente going after LePerriere. He took a look around, did LePerriere to the referee, saying, "Hey, there's the call." And forthcoming, McCammon in, winds it, fires, save Boucher, big rebound right there. Is Parent. LePerriere sent it off the wall. It's not out of the zone yet. As the Devils dump it back deep, Oskars Bartulis handles there. Bartulis on the backhand looking for Carcillo, but he could not hang on. And the Devils are on it again. Here's Kovalchuk. Quick pass. Looking for Zajac, but he was tied up effectively by Parent. The puck comes back to the point. White across. One-time shot. Motto wide. Off the other side. Hartnell is there. Rolls it up the boards, but Motto keeps it in. Stabs it ahead to Langenbrunner. Langenbrunner off the wall with it. Turns, winds, fakes the shot. Now takes the shot. Save Boucher, and the rebound away from Kovalchuk. Back to White for a shot. That one takes off and finds glass. And from the point comes Motto. He got it back to Kovalchuk. Across for White. White a wrist shot. Set. Score! It got through and went in. And the Devils tie it at 2. Colin White just throwing that one at the net. And it deflected, perhaps off a Parent and in.
Ryan Parent and Oskars Bartulis got caught out there. Remember, in the second period, you're a long way from your bench, so you got to be sure on your clears. Failed clear led to the Devils hemming the Flyers in. Ilya Kovalchuk was out there, but didn't seem to have too much to do with the play. By the time the puck got to Colin White, little bit of a screen, might have tipped on the way in.
Right there you see that 5-hole was just opened just enough. Now there's some traffic. Here comes the shot from White. And I think it was just enough traffic where he just didn't get the pads together quick enough, guys, to be able to stop that puck. And you could just see he did get a piece of it because it just trickled across the goal line.
Is there a chance Jamie Langenbrunner touched that on the way to the net?
Hard to say. Real hard to say. You'll have a better look on your second opportunity.
Elias moving on in as this game is tied at 2. If it is White's goal, this is his 108th postseason game. Playoff goal number 2, if it's his goal. But it did look as though it may have changed direction slightly.
Just judging from the posture of Brian Boucher, he seemed to sort of quickly adjust his posture.
It is White though getting credit.
Oh, wow.
Pronger ahead, that one off of Andy Green. Hobbled up by Paul Martin. Kovalchuk gets the assist. Kovalchuk is on the board in terms of points in this series as the play is offside at the Philadelphia line. Kovalchuk and Motto assisting on White's first of these playoffs. Second career. Been around a long time. Couple of Stanley Cup rings.
Now, Colin White's never been really the same since he got that eye injury, but I talked to Craig Berube after that first period, the assistant coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. They're so happy about the one-on-one battles that the Flyers are winning at both ends of the ice, chipping the puck in behind the net of the New Jersey Devils, which eventually turned into a goal. And they also like the pace. Their team, they like the way they responded after the initial goal by the New Jersey Devils to take that 1-0 lead.
And Riemsdyk struggling, and he is able to nudge that puck to center. He's a little slow getting back to his skates after taking a hit, but he's staying out on the ice, so apparently he is okay as Andy Green goes in. Knocked down by Ashton, got back up and drops the puck back to Martin. Now we do have a penalty.
It's going to be a high stick here, and it may be to Andy Green. I think it is. Claude Giroux went to take him. If it is, this will be the second penalty in this game taken by a Devil when they had control of the puck or where they were the one being pursued. Here's Giroux going in on Andy Green. Yeah, he got the cross check up right into the chin of Claude Giroux. Kovalchuk got the elbow up on Dan Carcillo early in the first.
Well, days of old, you're allowed to get that stick up into somebody else's face to be able to protect yourself. But in the world today, it's just not allowed. You can see right there that he got it right in the mouth. Andy Green trying to protect himself. But right there is away from the play. Clarkson and Asham going at it. Hey, they're going to go at it sooner or later.
Huge opportunity here for the Flyers to get momentum right back. Here's Briere, shot, and Brodeur never saw it, but it ripped off glass. Now Carter around behind Briere, stepping in front, turn shot. That was blocked aside. I think it went off of White. Now Timonen for Briere behind the net. In front, the shot, Carter save, Brodeur. And he covers, and then Carter dumped way after the whistle. As he took a tumble, Zajac engaged him.
Best scoring chance for Jeff Carter in this series. Again, the power play, very active puck movement and a lot of people moving. Devils, I don't care how good your PK is, you'll keep people off balance with this kind of puck movement. Briere to Carter on the feet, good save by Brodeur. No daylight between his pads on that one.
That was actually White. Zajac had engaged Carter all right, but White, who gave him a late shot up high. Brodeur out of his net to sweep that one to the boards. Rob Niedermayer tries to clear it, hops over McCammon's stick, allows Pronger to backhand to Hartnell, right back to Pronger. Across ice it goes, Timonen. Timonen sizing things up as he moves in along the boards, and then flips to Briere. Right back to Timonen. Switching places with Carter. Hartnell's gone to the slot, takes the pass. Tried to get that pass down low to Carter, but it was tipped away. Briere gets it back to Timonen. And now Briere winds, fires, blocked by Skula. Carter, backhand just out of the reach of Pronger, and that will allow McCammon time to clear. Halfway through the power play as Timonen goes back. Kimo starting up. Flyers with 2 power play goals in this series, but not with passes like that. That one gets tipped away as it just sort of sat there in the neutral zone. And now Giroux. To Richards, right back to Giroux. Full boring across the line. Makes the deke and just barely lost control. And then he's launched into the boards by Colin White. Gets right back up, eludes White, and gets the puck off to Gagne, who moves to the slot. Backhander glove, save Brodeur.
Now Giroux is arguing with the ref. I mean, whoa. If Claude Giroux doesn't react quickly enough to get his arms up in front of his body, he goes head first into the boards, and that's got Giroux upset. Watch this.
Got his arm out.
I'll tell you, that's a 5-minute major. I don't care how you look at it. You got a guy that's 3 feet away from the boards, moving directly against the boards, and you drill him right up against the wall. I agree with you, Billy.
It sure is something.
It is something.
And there's certainly no excuse about not seeing it. As you saw that last angle, the referee was right there, maybe 5 feet away from it.
Flyers can't complain about any of the calls tonight. Some of them have gone their way, but that clearly is the kind of play that needs to be called.
Still some power play time remaining, 22 seconds. Coburn to Carl for the shot off the post. Tremendous traffic in front of Brodeur. Again, he didn't see the shot. Now Carter reaching for it, finds Coburn for shot pad save Brodeur, and the rebound to Niedermayer, who clears. That will just about take care of the power play. Carl back to pick it up. They didn't score, but it was a good power play. They had a lot of chances, a lot of traffic around Brodeur. This is icing. They fired the puck in from their side of the red line.
Well, you know, you can put together your own Flyers playoff party, and you can do it in a single event suite. Suites are perfect, really, for coworkers, clients, family, friends, you name it. They offer a great view of the ice, private restrooms, bar, wait staff. Just call 215-389-9500 or visit mypremiumtix.com and set up your suite right now.
Tell you what, you do that in the playoffs, you'll be the hero of your friends for a long time. This game will encore tonight at 11 o'clock on Comcast, the Comcast Network, and tomorrow at 4 o'clock. As this one might be worth taking another look at. It's been very exciting so far, and we're not even halfway through regulation time. That puck skips up into the bench area. Play stopped, tied at 2. Chairman Ed Snyder taking this one in. He was a happy guy after the game 1 win, and actually caught him down right on the bench as the team took the ice for the pregame skate. He is ready for this series.
Kidding, he's ready for every series.
You're right about that. Intense, passionate.
Kovalchuk and Darryl Powell having a little shoving match.
Richards and Zajac kicking the puck back as the Devils continue to win majority of draws in this series. There's a penalty coming here. Delayed call against the Devils. Yeah, Kovalchuk looking to draw Richards into a fight here, but the Flyers
skate away.
About to get a power play.
It was Mike Richards that got chopped from behind. There's still a delayed call on. We're playing, and Richards and Kovalchuk are still right beside one another.
There's Powell using his speed, then leaned on and dumped by Green. And as Zajac gets the puck, there's the whistle. Kovalchuk will go over and try to take somebody with him again. But he's going to go to the box, it appears, by himself.
So here's what happened. Darryl Powell, on those false starts on the faceoff, revved Kovalchuk up. I mean, he was all amped up. He came in behind Mike Richards and just chopped him on the back of the legs. That's what started this, and Kovalchuk got way amped up. Play started, there's Mike Richards. It either said something to him or just laid a little love tap on Kovalchuk, and he chopped him.
That goes down as just absolutely no discipline. Okay, they went at it, he and Powell. I was surprised there was no pushing and shoving penalty there. Maybe that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty we were talking about earlier in the hockey game. But right there, to come back and slash Richards was just absolutely no discipline.
No doubt in my mind, Richards. Verbal intimidation there as that puck in on Brodeur, and he makes the save. They battle for the rebound. Mike Richards, very good at that during the course of a hockey game, and he got under Kovalchuk's skin, as did Powell in the earlier jousting, as Gagne picks up the puck here, turns with it, and takes the shot wide. Well, the frustration and the examples of it with Ilya Kovalchuk in this series continue. Timonen looking. Disciplined power play, that pass to Gagne, and he just didn't get much on that shot as he was checked, and the Devils able to clear.
The Flyers playing Kovalchuk exactly how they have to. They're under his skin. They've got him off his game. He's not scored in the series. He's 0-5 game win-wise lifetime. Never been in a playoff win.
Here trying to get that puck back, but Langenbrunner will intercept. And Zajac right back for Langenbrunner. Looked as though he was in ahead of the puck. He was delayed offside here. And now Kimmo Timonen will start up. Just 55 seconds remaining. And the power play rips it in from the red line. Brodeur could not knock it down cleanly, and now the Flyers get set up. Carl for Carter. He's chopped that. Down he goes. Parisi to the puck in the middle. Elias short-handed bid, and he fired it wide, perhaps off a stick as Carl made a late lunge there. But another scary moment on the power play for the Flyers in terms of a short-handed opportunity for the Devils. White drops that one back along. Motto tied up by Briere. 20 seconds remaining on the power play. White gets plenty of air underneath that one. And all the way down it goes. And Boucher cannot play it, so Parise is there. Back Parise centering. And Niedermayer was tied up. Flyers get to it, and here's Richards taking the puck from Coburn. Richards, Fulborn across the line. His pass to Gagne. Gagne the shot, and he missed it wide. And now in the counter rush, Kovalchuk's out of the box. There he is, accepting the pass. Gains the line. They say it's onside. Cross ice, Langenbrunner. Back in front, Zajac couldn't get a shot. Kovalchuk shot blocked. Giroux got in the way. Boy, that play looked offside to begin with. But play carries on here as they get it back to the point. Green, he'll wind. Fire save. Boucher rebound. Fired wide by Langenbrunner. Giroux has it. Karam off of him to the corner. Parrott after it. He's bodied. Zajac in the slot. Langenbrunner shot. Save. Boucher gathers the rebound and covers up. No further play as this one tied at 2, and the animosity and frustration levels growing.
Ilya Kovalchuk came over from the Atlanta Thrashers in a trade that everybody said was going to make the New Jersey Devils an awful lot better. Obviously, when you get one of the premier goal scorers in the National Hockey League, it's going to make you better, supposedly. But right now, this guy is having a lot of problems. Oh, yeah, he's getting his opportunities. Now, tonight he hasn't had a scoring chance. He's got great skating ability. He's got a great shot. But still, frustration is set in. Not one, but 2 minor penalties in this one. And just recently, just before that last stoppage, he wanted to take on Mike Richards. They were going to drop the gloves. Frustration, definitely the number one word rather, with Ilya Kovalchuk.
That shot deflected out of play. Saw no chances for Kovalchuk. Here's what he had to say about Brian Boucher's performance. We don't want to make him a Marty Brodeur or a Patrick Waugh. And you got that feeling, Bill.
But look at the end of the quote. He said we have to get more shots, more people in front, more chances. I mean, they're citing the universal formula of how to beat a really good goalie, and they're talking about Brian Boucher. So they've clearly got Bouch on their minds after what he did in Game 1 and after how he started this game.
Yeah, I got the feeling in reading and hearing from all the Devils after Game 1 that they wanted to say nice things about Boucher, but they didn't want to be too nice. And that's pretty much what Kovalchuk did there. He didn't want to compare him to the elite goalies, but then, as you say, the only way to beat him is to do what you do with an elite goaltender. Get him traffic, make it difficult for him. Giroux, nice drop pass. Ashton finds Hartnell! He lost control as he cut in front, and Brodeur took care of the rest. There's a penalty upcoming, though, as Giroux took some more punishment.
Now, this is going to be an interference call. As you see, the referee heading back. He really hasn't shown who it's going to be. Let's pick it up. Colin White's going to pick it up, and he's going to go to the net. And that's Hartnell losing the puck, but away from the play. You didn't see it. Right here, maybe there to your left of your screen, Colin White with the interference call. But Brodeur comes out, just takes his whole body in front.
I think Colin White thinks that Giroux means pinata in English. I mean, that's twice. Drove him headfirst into the boards, and that time took him hard out of the play when the puck wasn't there. As long as Giroux is okay, he'll take those kind of plays all night.
There's Pronger, shot, save, Brodeur, rebound, That's the best sequence for Brodeur in the series thus far right there. Nice save on the blast from Pronger and then denying Carter inside.
Well, shots like this from Chris Pronger, the rebounds are uncontrollable. That is why Jeff Carter ended up with a scoring opportunity, but Marty Brodeur showed us why his resume is so unbelievable. What a recovery by Brodeur to get over there and stop Carter.
We always call him a hybrid. You see that? Didn't go down. He didn't go down to the last possible minute. And then it was, imagine, stacking the pads and getting right over and covering up on that rebound. But from then till the time he did go down, he was up on his feet.
There's another bid by Pronger, denied by Brodeur, and the puck cleared by Andy Green. Emo Timonen back. Flyers have come back now and tied the Devils in shots, 15 each. They're getting this power play time and getting rubber on Brodeur. And Riemsdyk getting some power play time. Got that behind, but a nifty maneuver by Andy Green, who clears.
How sweet was that? That's an unforecheckable move right there.
Exactly. He has really come on for the Devils this year. Pronger for Timonen, out of his skates to his stick and into the zone, but Brodeur is there, playing it high off the glass. It bounces to Gagne, who gets there and now drops it off for Timonen. They get set up. Timonen looking, his shot went wide through heavy traffic. Coburn tried to keep that in, but Parisi had other ideas. Elias gets up to it. Penalty upcoming on Giroux. Delayed call. Brodeur heading to the Devils bench. The Devils wasting as much time as they can off of their own penalty here, so they get a full power play. Langenbrunner able to elude Richards enough, but now the puck banking back toward the net, and Giroux gets his stick in there to get the whistle. So we'll get 29 seconds of 4-on-4 and then a Devils power play.
Philadelphia number 28, 2 minutes for high sticking.
The Pinata fought back on this one. Claude Giroux for a high stick. Patrick Elias was racing for the puck, and Claude Giroux went for the stick lift. All he got was a helmet lift. Boy, I'll tell you what, if he nicks him in the face, there was enough velocity on that stick lift to cut him wide open.
So Giroux sits. And settle in for the draw to the left of Brian Boucher with 4 skaters apiece on the ice for the two teams. Eventually a Devils power play. Flyers win a draw. Kyle gets the puck to Pronger. And he'll try the long pass ahead off Carter's stick in on Brodeur. He'll bank it ahead for Zajac, marked tightly by Kyle, and that's an offside play at the Devils line. Well, after the game, get the most extensive game breakdown with expert analysis of former Flyer Rick Tocchet, plus exclusive team reactions. Flyers post-game live presented by McDonald's after the game right here on Comcast Sportsnet. We're not saying they're going to analyze Rick Tocchet. Rick Tocchet's going to do the analyzing along with the rest of the crew back in Philadelphia. Should be very interesting to hear Tocchet's thoughts on this one. Hear from him in between periods 2 and 3 as well. Here's Kovalchuk dancing in across the Philadelphia line. Back out to the line. Very risky play there. He got away with it, and now Martin has it as the Devils go to the power play. The Flyers steal but don't clear. And here's Kovalchuk to Elias. Back to Kovalchuk. And now Elias again in front, redirected, score! Andy Green beats Boucher. Power play goal, and the Devils now have a 3-2 lead.
Boy, what a well-designed play. It's easy to get mesmerized by Patrick Elias and Ilya Kovalchuk on one side of the ice, and that's what happened. Andy Green drifted down and right through to the middle of the box. Watch the left of your screen. There's Andy Green. Bingo.
And whatever happened is you got the box. Everybody in the box of the Philadelphia Flyers is looking at the puck carrier. Andy Green's going to sneak in from behind everybody. So Elias is going to see that, and it's just a matter of redirecting the puck because all 4 Flyers are staring at Elias.
Yeah, well, the Devils worked on their power play yesterday. Not exactly sure whether that was one of the plays they worked on, but they sure executed like they've been doing it forever.
Only the second time in the last 34 man-down situations for the Flyers they've been scored upon. We're back into the regular season. This one It's the seesaw back in favor of the Devils. They have the 3-2 advantage. Colin White will flutter that one into the left of Boucher. Teeman in his back takes a heavy hit from Zubris. Gagne back to help out his defense. Moves that one along for Dan Carcillo, who's been very quiet in this series. Knocked off the play there by McCammon, and he had Corrente out of the field, but could not make a connection with him. Coburn thumped now. As the hitting intensifies again, Ralston with that hit, the puck bouncing in the slot area. Bounces free to Corrente for the shot. Save, Boucher. Big stop there by the Flyer goaltender. Ryan Parent gets back to it and turns it over. McCammon back down low. Parent will get another crack at it. Gives to Carcillo. He backhands it around behind the net. Coburn drifts back. And gets to Carcillo, who again not clear. It's Martin. Down low, Coburn cutting that off. He's ridden by Zajac, and he'll just pop one out to the neutral zone to get it out of the zone. And Flyers can get a change, but here come the Devils. A quick pass. Langenbrenner shot goes wide. Now Kovalchuk fires one off. Coburn skate back to Martin for a shot. Save, Boucher. Flyers on their heels now. Langenbrenner in front. Kovalchuk. Big play by Carcillo to get his stick in there. Back ahead it goes now. Carter 2-on-2 with Van Riemsdyk. Carter in across the line. He'll take the shot and it goes wide. Pronger is right there. Back along for Van Riemsdyk. Shuffles it for Carter. Carter tracking it down in the corner. Carter in the middle. Shot. Briere goes wide. Now behind the net, Van Riemsdyk takes a look. On the boards, running into heavy traffic, and it ricochets out to center ice. Artulis across for Carl. 4.5 remaining second period. Tremendous hockey game here in Newark. Carl butting that ahead. Briere, now Van Riemsdyk gains the line, gives to Carter. Carter lost control. Van Riemsdyk gets it back, looks for Carter. It's in the air. Now Briere chopping it right on through the blue paint. Van Riemsdyk is shot deflects and goes wide off Carter's stick. Now the outlet pass for Parise. He could not get to it. Boucher has to wait. Did not touch that one out of the trapezoid. The puck up the wall. Elias is there. Shot redirected wide by Parise. Asham flips it to the other corner. Carl after it. Ahead for Hartnell. He has trouble getting it out of his skates. Now just drops it back to Carl. He lost control. Stolen. Zubris shot. Save Boucher. Bounce it free in front. Another shot. Niedermayer. And that one knocked down in front. Niedermayer wins the battle. Giroux takes him to the wall. It's sent to the line, but not out. But Hartnell will get it to center. To Aaron Asham with room. Gains the line. Asham backhands, and that one just sips on through. Mike Motto is there. Back and forth we go. The right wing feet. Clarkson charging in, but the play is offside at the Philadelphia line. How about that for some Stanley Cup playoff action? The Devils go on top, courtesy of Andy Green.
Oh, there's been some great checks in this one. Let's take a look at our Wachovia great check of the game. It's Mike Richards. Matthew Corrente gets his first look in the National Hockey League. Well, hey, that's Mike Richards' way of, hey, listen, welcome to the NHL playoffs, young man, and that's a dandy. And that's our Wachovia great check of the game.
According to those that keep the statistics here in New Jersey, the Devils with 16 hits, the Flyers with 11. They don't have a hit registered for Mike Richards in this game, so we can clearly state that they missed that one. And he has been involved physically in a lot of ways in the first 2 games of this series. He amps up his game in playoff time. That run into the Philadelphia bench.
You know, every game brings something different. In game 1, Matt Carl was simply dominant. The puck was his best friend. Tonight, not necessarily so. He overskated it and then actually kicked it right to Dinas Zubris by mistake. Brian Boucher was able to make the save, but every game brings something different, and tonight the puck does not seem to be as friendly to Matt Carl as it was in game 1.
7. Make that 6 of the last 7 shots in this game belong to the Devils as they have turned it up. Here's Martin charging through center ice. The right wing dish to Langenbrenner. The angle drive save. Boucher rebound kicked by Coburn out of the slot. A little hesitation in the Flyers game right now. And try to work that out of their system, and maybe this will help as Richard steals. Gets the puck to the middle, but no, right there's Colin White. It'll clear.
The Devils are swarming, and their back-checking pressure is so dynamic that the Flyers have no time to make plays.
Clarkson with a steal and another huge save by Boucher, and now some more pushing and shoving. But in this last 3 or 4 minute segment, Brian Boucher has made a number of huge saves given the game situation.
Ilya Kovalchuk with a headlock and a takedown on Darryl Powell. Now the ref is motion penalty. I don't know if he's got them both, but right now Darryl Powell should assume that it's only Kovalchuk and not do anything. Let's see what happens here. He might have them both.
He's going to take them both, Billy. Yep. He has to take them both. I mean, Kovalchuk has been, boy, he's been feisty in this one. This will be his third minor, but let's take a look at this opportunity. The puck's going to come right back out in the slot area. Clarkson said, here's the wrist shot, bang, and you see Boucher right there. Down, closes everything in, and then everybody, all hell breaks loose after that. But we talked about earlier, one of the keys, clear the porch. That's what's clearing the porch is, right there. That's what it's all about.
So Powell will take a seat, as will Ilya Kovalchuk.
He felt the full strength Darryl Powell did of 230 pounds of Ilya Kovalchuk. And if you want to see Powell and Kovalchuk at it again, you can do that Sunday and Tuesday night. Tickets for all round one home games are on sale now. Great seats still available. 800-298-4200 or PhiladelphiaFlyers.com. More to come.
Cannot wait. Here's Martin moving on in for the shot. Glove save. Boucher may have been going wide, but Boucher flashed some leather just the same. Bud Light Block Party, part of the atmosphere around the playoffs at the Wachovia Center. 3 hours before every home playoff game. So doing the math, that would be 3 o'clock on Sunday. How about that?
You're good.
That's about the extent of it right there. My son is the math whiz, not me. Here's Matt Carl moving up. Gains the Devils line. A soft shot handled by Brodeur. Briere to it, centers, Pronger is tripped up and then stumbles. Chance for the Devils to move back in the counter rush. Briere is one of the players back. Here's Martin holding on his pass to Parise for the shot. Fought off by Boucher, bounces in front, and Boucher stops Elias. There will, though, be a penalty.
And it's going to be against Andy Green of the New Jersey Devils. Chris Pronger went off the ice after that scoring chance in the paint. Braden Coburn came on, and he got tangled up with Andy Green. Andy Green kind of pinned him against the board so that Coburn couldn't come down and defend. So no matter what happened here, this goal wouldn't have counted.
Well, I'll tell you what, no matter if it would have counted or not, right there, that was a great save initially, and then Elias with the opportunity, and there's Boucher just kind of sliding over, like you had mentioned earlier about the fact that he's so far in front of it. His anticipation in reading where that puck is going to end up right now, he's just been unbelievable.
Well, now a huge chance for the Flyers because this is a 4-on-3. Remember, Powell and Kovalchuk had already been off the ice, so a lot of 4-on-3 time here, but unable to control off the draw. Brodeur will clear. Much more dangerous with a 4-on-3 than a 5-on-4. All that ice to work with. Here's Briere. Gains the line. Chance to tie this game back up. Gives to Timonen. And now Richards. And Timonen playing catch. Pronger down low, right in front of Brodeur. They're battling some. Timonen to Richards. They'll switch positions. Richards holding. No shooting lane. Very stationary are the Flyers. Pronger continues to battle. Timonen in the shot. They score! Chris Pronger, I believe, redirected it past Brodeur. And again, Pronger, a force right around the crease of Martin Brodeur. This game is tied at 3 on the power play goal. Pronger scores for a case of Tasty Cakes.
Unbelievable. The patience of the power play rewarded. You can't move the puck around as much when you've only got 4 guys to play pitch and catch with. Chris Pronger in front, completely denying Marty Brodeur any sight line to the puck. And when it was finally launched, I think Pronger got a piece of it, and I think that Brodeur saw none of it.
Timonen is so good at being able to get into the right spot, and he'll just move back here and then suddenly look, see that he's got Pronger. He doesn't take the big slap shot. All it is being able to get the puck moving towards the net and then let Pronger from there.
Well, that'll be Pronger's second of the series. Both from roughly 4 feet away from the net. They are reviewing this, evidently, or perhaps they're reviewing something in terms of the penalty time clock.
Well, when you can get the biggest oak tree in the forest parked in front of the goaltender, you got your best chance to screen him, but you can't discount Pronger's hands and his ability to do things with his stick. And that's why he is a double threat. Number one, just to take away sightlines for Brodeur, and then number two, to do something creative when the puck arrives.
Into the final minute of a raucous second period. This game knotted for a third time. And Riemsdyk drops it off to Coburn. Fanned on one pass attempt, Fanned on a second. And Parise steals the puck. Parise picking up speed and across the shot. Glove save, Boucher. And he'll squeeze it. Some left-handed larceny from Boucher to keep this game tied.
What acceleration from Zach Parise. When Braden Coburn fumbled the puck twice, I mean, we've all seen Braden Coburn just out-track people in a foot race. Zach Parise was able to stay ahead of him long enough to get a really good shot off here.
Right off the pad. He had an idea with that shot, but Boucher was there. And now it's White. He's rolling that one along. Zajac trying to muscle the puck to the slot, but he was cut off. Gagne gets to Carl. Final 27 seconds of the period. Richards gains the Devils line. His shot was blocked. He's behind the net. Richards is there to Gagne. Gagne sent it in and go off. Brodeur's stick all the way across. Carl takes it in. Now centered, and it's jammed for bounces right up in the air, and Brodeur will cover up.
Two Devils without their sticks. An opportunity missed right there. One stick was broken, the other one was just dropped. And the Devils were able to get a face-off. Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what, you seldom see that. Mike Motta was one of them, top of the screen. He was doing a hold, but that puck off the skate allowed Marty Brodeur to reach out, finally squash the play.
So they'll pick up the debris, and we'll play the final 11.4 seconds of this period. I believe they just announced the goal as Pronger's goal from Timonen and Richards, that's what we're being told. And as we thought, he got his stick on it. Off the draw, the puck to the corner. Gagne centered, but no flyer there. And Dean McCammon stopped. Carter trying to get one last bit off toward Brodeur, but it was nullified, and that'll do it for the second period. Thoroughly entertaining period. Ends with this game tied at 3. Chris Pronger tipping in the offering from Kimmo Timonen to deadlock this game. Tonight's Flyers Devils second period was brought to you by Suzuki and the amazing Kizashi Sports Sedan. And by Metro PCS. Downstairs we go to Steve Coates.
Thanks very much, Jimmy. And Mr. Pronger, this has been a very emotional game, up and down, and you got to be really pleased. You go down 1-0, then you end going down again, and this team keeps fighting back.
Well, we're starting to show that resiliency that we needed to show all season long, and we had a few spurts of it during the course of the regular season, but here in the playoffs, we definitely needed. And you know, what can you say? Bush is playing extremely well for us and holding us in it.
Tell us about your position on that goal, waiting for Timonen to get that puck in on net.
Yeah, you know what? Just him and Richie were working it back and forth, trying to find a good lane to get it to the net. Finally, I think after about the 4th or 5th time, I was kind of jostling with Marty there, trying to get position, trying to get in front of him. And I think it was Kimmo made that great shot. I just got to stick on it and it went in.
Chris, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
Flyers power play has tallied 3 times now in this series. Quite a weapon. Here's what's coming up. We'll send it back to Philadelphia. Hear from Rick Tocchet and crew. We'll also have our say 3-3 through 40 minutes in North Jersey.
Wow is all you can say. Holy smokes. 3-3 after 2. Al is here. Toc is here. And we got to talk about the Pronger goal. Actually, officially, it's listed as team in, but they changed it to Pronger.
Well, they better change it.
They better darn well change. Or Al's going to go up the turnpike.
I think JJ already mentioned they heard.
They heard that it was team in, but they changed it to Pronger. Pronger goal, second goal of the playoffs. Let's take a look at the equalizer. And we've been talking about the specialty teams throughout the evening, and boy, they do it tonight. Take a look.
Well, it's almost a set play here. Richards and Tiemann just playing catch. And obviously, you get the big Mike Key, matter of fact, to score the goal. Chris Pronger in front of the net tips it. It's a classic goal. Guy in front screen, and you get the thing. I get the goal. So it's just playing catcher, making the Devils diamond. If you look at their diamond PK and make them switch a little bit, and then you find that open lane. Great goal.
What about setting Pronger up? We also talked about that and his ability to just hang out there and redirect shots.
Yeah, I mean, if you look from behind in these angles, Brodeur can't see it. I mean, that's just it's a great tip, but he couldn't see the shot. So you get a big body like that, and he's a defenseman. He's in front of that. Great job by Laviolette putting Pronger in front.
Okay, now it's 3-3, but it was 3-2.
Yeah.
And we take a look at the goal before.
It's a very undevil-like game to let the lead go away and on some undisciplined penalties. And it's been a scrambly type game. But the Devils come back here. You notice again, special teams, power play, come in, take the shot, and Green just sneaks in, and you said, Talk, that you have to come inside on their power play instead of being all perimeter, and they came inside.
Yeah, inside the box here. They got that. It was obviously a misdirect play here, but a great play by using that diamond guy.
Right through, right in the middle,
there.
something they hadn't done before. Matt Carl's struggling tonight on defense, but other guys are picking it up. So, I mean, the Devils, and we saw some great stuff. I can't wait for this third period, because when we saw Kovalchuk lose his cool, this third period has all kinds of combustible things going on.
How about the way Richards is throwing his body around? Mike Richards.
I don't know what Giroux's, what Gatorade he's drinking, but he's played great tonight.
We're going to keep him drinking that Gatorade. All right, we'll take a timeout. We send you back to the Meadowlands in just a moment. Actually, now to Newark, scenic Newark,
Meadowlands,
New Jersey.
where are you?
When we come back, stick around, csnphilly.com.
They blew her up.
A good one going here at Prudential Center. Flyers and Devils tied at 3. And welcome back. Bill, I'll tell you what, this has been one heck of a hockey game. And you think about the little things in a game, and Chris Pronger certainly knows all about them.
Well, we talk so much about this being Chris Pronger's time of year, and we usually talk about him in terms of his ability to shut down big performers on other teams, and that's what he's really known for. But his offense, and especially Peter Laviolette's willingness to put him right into situations on the power play, has led to a couple of goals in this series already.
Quite a weapon it's turned out to be. Of course, remember game 1, the goal. How about this one?
Well, I love this one here because Chris Pronger keeps mirroring Marty Brodeur. When the shot finally comes, you'll see that Marty Brodeur at one point thinks the shot is going to come way to his left, and Pronger keeps shoulder checking so that he knows exactly where Brodeur is. When the shot is finally launched, Marty Brodeur still has Chris Pronger in front. Now, Marty Brodeur's pad, you can see, is here. He thinks the shot is coming here. Chris Pronger's deflection redirected 5-hole on Marty Brodeur, so that he had no chance on it, and clearly Chris Pronger tipped it. At some point here between periods, they changed that goal to Kimmo Timonen.
It'll be changed back. There's not much question about that. And as we say, the little things, I mean, just that slight deflection, but it completely threw Brodeur off.
Yeah, interesting hockey game in the sense, too, that 3 leads have been lost. The Devils had the lead twice in this game. The Flyers overcame that. Flyers have had a lead. Expect Peter Laviolette, I think, that, to shorten his bench in the third period, even in a 3-3 hockey game. I don't know how you don't get James Van Riemsdyk involved in here to try to end up with a 2-0 lead in this series. So that means, I think, a line combo change for Peter Laviolette.
It has been a game of tremendous swings in momentum, back and forth. Some great plays made at both ends. It's been a heck of a hockey game, and still more to go. And a winner to be determined. 3-3 through 2, third period. Straight ahead. Tonight's third period on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. Also brought to you by your local Chevy dealers. Scoring summary from the second period. Back and forth it goes.
White tied it at 2. Devils went up on Green's goal, and then the Flyers tied back up. Chris Pronger's second of the series.
Flyers really rebounded in the faceoffs that period, but the power play, check the bottom numbers, 2 for 6 for the Flyers. The Devils were shorthanded less than any team during the regular season, fewer than 3 times per game. And the Flyers have out-disciplined them in this game.
And quite the contrary to what happened during the course of the regular season, and then again in Game 1 when the Devils were getting twice as many power plays as the Flyers. It's the opposite of that here in Game 2.
It's not just accidental penalties either. That elbow by Ilya Kovalchuk in the first period, the high stick by Andy Green on Claude Giroux.
White interference.
Yeah, the Flyers have been a more disciplined team than New Jersey.
So this third period is underway in earnest as Braden Coburn banks it to the Devils line. Alan White is back to get it, and he'll drop it off for Mike Motto. Pass ahead for Elias. Avoids the hit attempt by Powell. Set it off Zubers' stick, but then it's batted right back to center by the Flyers.
Well, I think Patrick Elias is the one guy that the Flyers have to key on. 2 beautiful assists in this game so far. A lot of things start on his stick if you can take away his options and pressure him.
Otto flutters that one, but couldn't get it past Simone Gagne. Gagne gains the Devils line, turns with it, stuffs it deep for Carter. Jeff Carter whips that one back out in front, but it goes off Kovalchuk to center ice. Chris Pronger on pace for perhaps another 30-minute game in regulation. Gets the puck ahead, and now Carter and Green after it. It's Green who's played a strong game. Laying it ahead, off Kovalchuk. Carl gathers. Carl to Danny Briere, turning and finding some ice. Gets to Van Riemsdyk. A right wing feed, Carter. Carter the shot blocked. It goes wide. Briere did not maneuver up with it. Now it's Kovalchuk the other way. Inside, outside, lost control. Parrott ahead. Van Riemsdyk tried to tip that one to Briere, but he failed to connect, and Skula takes over. Van Riemsdyk playing with Carter and Briere.
There's a good gap on Kovalchuk on that last exchange. I mean, if you back up on him, safe as death on Ilya Kovalchuk. You think it might be safer to back up closer to Brian Boucher? That's a mistake.
Oh, heavy hit. Again, Claude Giroux is taking a lot of punishment, but he escapes with the puck. Giroux back to Parrott. His shot is blocked. Oh, wide of the net. Asham fishing for it. There's Giroux. Giroux laying it off for Parrott. Parrott to Asham. Asham to the high slot. A shot. And that one batted away by Brodeur. Hartnell is in the vicinity now. Hartnell one-handing it along the board. Giroux tipped it back to Parrott. Flipped it into the midsection of Brodeur. Batted out of the air and then grabbed again by Brodeur. And he hangs on. What a wild sequence that was.
Unbelievable, and it had a chance to go in as well. When Brodeur juggled it, Scott Hartnell got a piece of it, and Brodeur had the double clutch. Watch this. Or it was Aaron Asham that got a piece of it.
Well, that's pretty good concentration on the part of Marty Brodeur. Never took his eye off it. Oh yeah, took a couple of hops out of that glove. Looked like it had a board in the glove that we didn't want to be able to hold on inside the glove, but right at the last second, despite having Scott Hartnell right there banging away at it, somehow he held on.
That's the thing about the Stanley Cup playoffs. Play like that. The crowd here all on hush as the puck's bouncing dangerously close to going in for what put the Flyers ahead here in the third. Richards steps to center. Blasts that one off of Gagne into the Devils zone. Brodeur is there, playing it back. Alliance a turnover. Richards the steal is centering pass. Gagne turnaround shot. Deflected, rolls to Brodeur, who scoops it up. Greg Murphy for the Stanley Cup playoff update.
All right, thank you very much, Jim. Pens and Ottawa tied at 1 in the third. Watch Sidney Crosby working behind the net, and then the great pass from his knees out to Chris Letang, who buries it. That made it 2-1, and that's how it ended in Pittsburgh. Series now tied at 1. JJ, back to you.
There's the breakdown of Penn Sens, and that was much needed for Pittsburgh. And Sidney Crosby, boy, does he rise to the occasion in clutch moments or what?
Ottawa already without Alexei Kovalev for the playoffs. They lose Milan Mihalik, a real important forward for them. They lost him to an ACL in Game 1, so Ottawa's on a real slippery slope against the defending champs.
Yet they were that close to a 2-0 series lead. Crosby with a great setup for the tank. So 1-1 there. We'll see where this series stands. It's a 3-3 hockey game. Flyers, of course, with the 1-0 lead in the series. Betts pushes that one along to the other corner. LaPerriere trying to fight off McCammon. He does. Whirls it back around behind the net. Carcillo takes a hit to pursue the puck on Skula, and then Parente crashed in, and Carcillo is banged up. Limping back toward the Philadelphia bench. In front, Carter the shot, and Brodeur the save. Good setup by Briere, and Carter denied.
The good news is that Jeff Carter is starting to threaten.
Noticing him more and more. You're right. Here's Bartulis fluttering that one through center. Martin cut it off. Yeah, and Carter nearly knocked it away. It ends up skipping up out of play.
Danny Briere, as soon as Jeff Carter came back into the lineup, turned from a shooter into a passer and a setup guy, always looking for Jeff Carter. Here's Briere going deep into the corner, and Carter just softened up and moved out into the slot above the hash marks. Good trigger. Good quick trigger by Jeff Carter, and a good shot. Saw that line combination that was out here just a moment ago. Dan Carcillo down on that fourth line with LaPerriere and Betts. That change was made early in this hockey game. And now you've got Jeff Carter with James Van Riemsdyk on one side and Briere on the other.
Flyers drill it back into the Devils zone. Carter got a piece of that, but now Langenbrunner. Ahead handled nicely by Kovalchuk, back for Langenbrunner, and the Flyers able to reach back, and Van Riemsdyk with a steal, and then the outlet for Briere. He's surrounded by red jerseys. Just flips it in. Green after it. Carter skated slightly, reached back for it. Now Martin for Langenbrunner, harassed by Giroux. Flyers very diligent in their checking here in this third period. Langenbrunner off the head for Zajac, tossing it back. Green for Zajac off his skate. And it's Carl playing it ahead. Aaron Asham backhands to the corner. Hartnell first to it. Check, moves it along with his skate. Hartnell dropping it off for Timonen. Now Asham tried to step in front, never got there.
Good design though with Kimmo Timonen dropping all the way down to join in the cycle.
Oh, we'll check the other way. Working on Coburn, the shot nullified by Coburn. Jabbed that by Boucher. Timonen protects the puck and finds Coburn. Just over 5 minutes into this third period. 3-3 game. Oh, Hartnell is offside, they say, as he tried to move that one past Colin White.
Well, talking to Craig Berube after the second period about what he thought about that second period for the Flyers. The key word here is composure. It appeared like the Devils took a lot of control in that second period because the Flyers kept coughing the puck up. Be patient. Hold on to the puck. And when you do get rid of the puck, put it in a safe area. So we're going to say that the key word here in this third period is composure.
Certainly, Billy, you'd say it's been better here in the third.
I think it has, and there's such a fine line between being composed and patient and eating it to the point where you have it taken away from you. I mean, it's hard.
Flyers emerge with a puck here in a 3-on-2. Developing. Richards with the puck. Richards the shot, and it deflects high up off the glass. Powell is taken down away from the play. A whistle stopping play, and there is a penalty. Interference is the call, and the Flyers are about to go on their 7th power play of the game.
Well, this opportunity may not present itself in this series again. With the Devils giving you 7 power plays.
Well, Colin White, watch this. The puck's going to come right up off the stick after Richards tries, and you see White just absolutely drill. Darryl Powell's, he's going right there. There's no puck. Now, why would he argue? I mean, what's he trying to prove? He's saying, well, I accidentally ran into him? I don't think so. He just absolutely took him right out of the play.
All I know is if I were a ref, I wouldn't have had much trouble with that call. And Colin White's made it easy for the refs.
Richards in front, redirection try by Giroux. Ends up in the safety netting, and it was off of Giroux. So the face-off will go out to center ice. Boy, Claude Giroux has been noticeable.
Devils could have been shorthanded even more had White been called when he plowed Giroux into the end boards in the second period. Claude Giroux has absolutely paid a price. It's one of the reasons that no matter who his coach is in his career, he's going to have the coach's respect. He plays hard, he's a little guy, and he gives you everything he's got.
Look out here, numbers for the Devils moving up shorthanded. Flyers getting back, though. And A nice play by Pronger. He broke it up and now numbers the other way. Gagne with the puck. Gagne holding, trying to center, blocked. He gets cross-checked down by Salvador from his knees, trying to protect the puck. Getting some more punishment, and Giroux, he flicks the puck around to Richards and out to Pronger. Fakes the shot. His pass for Timonen skipped off his stick. Gagne is checked. And now Salvador there. He's double teamed. With the puck to Rob Niedermeyer. Couldn't clear. Pronger read it. Kept it in. Finds Richards. Richards wrist shot blocked in front. That was Green. And the Devils able to clear.
In most cases, that play by Niedermeyer would have worked because you want to go up the middle, figuring that the point men are on either side of the ice. It didn't work. Pronger was right in the middle of the ice.
Here's Carter surging in on the right wing. Brodeur played it. Hartnell got a piece of it, twisted it down low. Briere will backhand it along. Hartnell on the backhand as well, gets to Briere. And along the boards with it, Briere looking. Back to the point, Carl. 38 seconds on the power play, Briere. Side of the net, Carter. Hartnell is in front. Carter takes the shot, but he missed it short side, and a missed shot there means the puck's going out of the zone. So Coburn has to go back and get it. Still time. On the man advantage, Briere hits a cutting Carter. Drop pass, and then the shot by Richards. Glances wide. Green to it with a chance to clear. Plenty of air underneath it, and all the way down it goes.
Well, I thought it looked like Jeff Carter had a clear path to the net.
I was ready for it, but he thought the drop pass was the better option there. Asham pumps it into the Devils zone, and then follows it in with authority. Gagne to the puck. Power play is over. Devils back to full strength. Parent butted that one right off of Skula, and it deflected out to center ice. Ryan Parent's back on it. The pass ahead to Asham. Tips to Richards. Richards lobbing one that's grabbed by Brodeur, and play is stopped. 12-12 left in the third. Still tied.
We're tied at 3 with 12-12 remaining here in the third period between the Flyers and the Devils. And, you know, when you're in the playoffs, one of the great personalities of the playoffs is the hard hitting. And it's been at both ends of the ice. As both these teams have finished their checks, there's been some nastiness every time there's been any type of altercation around the goalkeeper. You saw that one hit by Colin White on Giroux. We thought that was definitely a penalty. But boy, these two teams are really going at it here tonight.
They're going at it, Coatsy, but it's the Devils who are going at it with a lack of discipline in taking penalties. The Flyers, for the most part, have been clean in that regard. The Devils still, as we hit the 8-minute mark of this third period, have yet to get a puck on Brian Boucher. Colin White is back. Perrier leans into him. The puck all the way down off a deflection, so no ice. Boucher will set it up for Timonen. Timo looking things over and then blasts to Brodeur. Brodeur will fire it right back out to center over the head of Kovalchuk, and Timonen gets it right back. Ola Perrier. Now the Devils take over. Egenberger dropping it back. Green across for Martin. His pass intercepted by Van Riemsdyk. He'll tip it back to Carl. 20-year-old James Van Riemsdyk getting quality ice time here in a tie game in the playoffs in the third period, and he's deserved it.
JVR through 2 periods had already played 3 minutes more than he did in all of game 1, and he just flipped lines here with Scott Hartnell.
Kovalchuk trying to beat Pronger wide, could not. Martin a shot, and that one glanced perhaps off of Boucher. It might have gone off with something in front of him and wide. The first real offering toward him by the Devils here in the period. Carl has that one hit him up high. He gathers. It's in the middle for Giroux. Oh, nifty little bat. Back to Carl. Out go the Flyers. Carl in across the line. Waits. A wrister. Off a body back around behind the net. Ricochets around. Hartnell digging forward with Salvador. Devils emerge with it. Zubris in the middle. Eliash off in the left wing. Parise winds and fires. And Boucher got just enough of it to deflect it wide. Wow, that had some steam on it. Now it's Giroux the other way. Lone Ranger rush. Waiting now as others join. He'll fire it across ice. It's tipped away and out to the neutral zone. Hammered back in by Bartulis. Giroux knocks down a clear. Fires toward the net off of Brodeur's stick. Asham round to the other side. Gagne. We passed the midpoint of this third period. Still tied at 3. Moved ahead by Rob Niedermeyer. The veteran charges up with it. He'll dump it in and chase with Ryan Parent. Parent trying to knock him off the puck, but the Devils are right back after it. Ralston behind the net. Back out to the point. Green, a shot! Blocked in front. Rebound shot save. Boucher. Rebound hit the post, I believe. And then was stopped at the side of the net. Played up by Richards, but not out. Martin cut it out. Martin pivots and drops to McCammon. Across. One-timers. Ajax save. Boucher. Parrott is there. Ahead to Asham. They need it clear, and they get it. Ooh, Brian Boucher answering the bell again, and maybe got some help from the post. Al Langenbrunner. Checked by LaPerriere. Richards to the puck, and he's overwhelmed by Kovalchuk, who gets it back out to the point. That's White, but it's tipped away by Carcillo. A race for the puck. Carcillo will get there. And Carcillo in from the right ring. Shot! Save Brodeur. Rebound to Richards in front of LaPerriere. Save Brodeur! The goaltender stealing the show here in the middle portion of period number 3. Bartulis ahead. LaPerriere takes a look. Spins with it and then gives to Carcillo. Betts to the puck. On to the point. Carl down low out of the reach of Carcillo. And Skula will get it ahead to Zubris. Dinas Zubris will wind it into the Philadelphia zone. Carl sifts it through to the other side. LaPerriere jumps on it. Try to move it ahead to Van Riemsdyk. It's broken up. Look out. Counter rush for the Devils. It's Parise with a shot. It's deflected away by Carl and out of play. You want clutch goaltending? Both ends of the ice. Boucher at one end. Got a little help right from the post, and then Brodeur at the other. Still 3-3. Quite a matchup this been. They're both a lot busier than they were in game 1.
Way busier.
38 total shots in game 1. At 56 already in this one. Gary Bettman with the National Hockey League taking this one in, and his product looks pretty darn good right here. Richards and Clarkson battling. Clarkson got it out to the point. Green down low, and Clarkson could not get that one back out in front. The puck deflecting high in the air and goes out of play. Let's set it back to Philadelphia for another Stanley Cup playoff update.
All right, thank you, JJ. Nashville on the road in Chicago. Game 1 of their series. No score midway through the second. Blackhawks on the rush. Patrick Sharp is stopped, but Patrick Kane is there to put in the rebound. Made it 1-0 Chicago. That's where we are right now in the second. JJ, back to you.
Boy, in 10 tries on the road to win a playoff game in franchise history, Nashville has never won one. They're 0-10.
Wow. And I'm sure they are faced with quite the atmosphere at United Center. They have been waiting for the playoffs in Chicago for quite some time after that run last year, and they really think this might be the year for their beloved Hawks. Patrick Elias gets the puck back to the point. Green to Elias. One-timer wide. Didn't miss by all that much as Boucher was reaching for it. Betts ahead. Howe takes a hit from Elias as he clears the zone. Green back to it for Paul Martin. 7:10 on the third period clock. Toss it goes. Skula will lob one that's gloved down by Carter. He turns with it and gets the legs moving. Jeff Carter through center and across the line. Quick shot. Goes wide. Bounces out the other side. Might have got a piece of Brodeur's glove. And Clarkson has it. Tulis knocks that away. Bryce Salvador's right there. And all the way down it goes. But no icing. And Riemsdyk. Check. And it's Ralston who emerges with the puck. Centered it down front. Goes back to Salvador. Shot. Blocked by Bartulis, but he couldn't clear. Salvador is there. To Rob Niedermeyer. Out to Skula for a shot. Deflected. And goes out of play. It went off of a double. The face-off will go to center ice.
A mad scramble. Marty Skula with a shot from the point and traffic in front of Boucher. Skula launched a knuckleball that David Clarkson was able to get a chunk of. All Brian Boucher knew is that everybody stopped skating in front of him, which was a good sign.
What a helpless feeling that has to be for a goalie, though. You don't know where it is, and you just sort of wait, hope you don't hear, in this case, the crowd roar. And there was no roar. Just a whistle-stopping play. Here's Powell moving up. Wrist shot. Fended off by Brodeur. Bounces high in the air into the circle. Langenbrunner will just twist it out to the neutral zone. This Pronger is back for it. To Carl, and then head off Gagne into the New Jersey zone. Brodeur drops to Motto. Now ahead it goes. Again, they say no icing. So Boucher will get to Carl. Long for Pronger. Protects the puck beautifully there. And gets to Powell. Ariel could not be flagged down by Richards. Martin back toward the Philadelphia line. Carl chopped that one ahead to Richards. Richards moving on in. Richards waits. Wrist shot save. Brodeur rebound. Asham couldn't get it past him. Coburn sitting back on that one and could not get it past the Devils, and now they kick it ahead, and it's a 2-on-1. Kovalchuk with Langenbrunner. Kovalchuk the shot, and it glances off glass. I don't think Boucher got a piece. I think he missed the net. Now it's McCammon holding on. McCammon gets free to the high slot. Shot, and that one deflected and went wide. McCammon back to it. Asham couldn't contain him, but the puck bounces free behind the net, and Coburn gets it back. We tick down toward 5 minutes remaining in a thrilling third period, along with our great crew here from Prudential Center in Newark. On Comcast, Sportsnet, and high definition were available. Hope you're enjoying this one. Giroux knocks the clear down. Got it ahead to Hartnell. Scott Hartnell got that one to the line, but Latulis could not keep it in. Parent will send it back in as the Flyers go for a line change. And now here's Elias sending it off Parise's stick into the Philadelphia zone. This is the matchup Jacques Lemaire would want. Elias sending it in front. That one goes all the way through. Back out to the point. White. Bodies come together behind the net. Skips free. Motto in from the point. Now it's Zubris. Zubris in front. That one skips on through. Back out White. That one high. Glances off of Elias. Back out Parise. Rips one high and wide. Bouncing puck. Motto couldn't get it cleanly past Van Riemsdyk, but now Zubris stuffs it deep. Parise leaves it off for Elias. Elias dropping it back behind the net. Parent could not contain Zubris. Zubris in front, backhander. Save, rebound, and score! Parise battling for that rebound, and the Devils take a 4-3 lead with 4:04 to play. They got the matchup they wanted and took advantage of it.
Yeah, they sure did. Zach Parise, from the time the puck was dumped in about 35 seconds ago, looked like he was a man on a mission. The Flyers just could not clear. And once you build momentum on a forecheck like this, matters get worse defensively. That was Parise overpowering Ryan Parent in behind and making the play out front.
Boy, did he do a great job of just getting his body. Zubris right between Parent and the puck. Then when he came back out, that's when the opportunity came. Zubris is a big guy, so he took full advantage of it. Then you see Parise finishing it off.
So the Flyers must try to mount another comeback. Twice they've come back in this game, and we've certainly seen this team come back a lot this year. Here is Richards moving it along the boards. Puck behind the net. Now it's Gagne. Out to the point. Pronger a shot, and that one just wide. Carl fires, blocked. Langenbrunner couldn't find the puck. Gagne does. Trying to get it in front. Loose puck. Off of Kovalchuk. Shot Richards, and it went high and wide off glass. And Langenbrunner finally gets it ahead. Kovalchuk looking for Zajac. Pronger over to keep it away from him. Now Carl ahead. Here's Richards. He'll fire one in off of Brodeur to Green, who banks it. Briere read it, but it bounced off of him into the Devils bench, and play is stopped. 3 minutes, 6 seconds remain. Zach Parise, second of the night, as the Devils on top late in the third.
4-3, the Devils lead the Philadelphia Flyers with 3:06 remaining. Let's take a look at our Toyota turning point of tonight's game. Zach Parise had given the Devils a 1-0 lead early. Now Zubris, he fights off Ryan Parent. The puck comes right back out into the slot area, and there's Zach Parise once again, the leading scorer of the New Jersey Devils this season. Right at the right spot, the right time, and he picks up his second of the game and gives the Devils the 4-3 lead, our Toyota turning point.
I had initially thought it was Parise behind the net. No wonder Ryan Parent got bowled over. It was Dinah Zubris. I remember walking into the locker room 2 days ago, and I looked at him. I said, he's still a very big human, isn't he?
He's a tank.
6'5", he's listed at, and 225.
He was that big when he was 18 years old in the league.
And you know what? We'll look at that replay again at some point as the series goes on. Jeff Carter couldn't have played Zach Parise any better in front, and he still was able to get his stick on it.
The last time I saw Parise celebrate like that, he was tying the gold medal game. Olympics in the waiting seconds. Still 2:20 remaining here in the third period. Here's Zubris going to work down low again. Richards, great job. Stayed with him and then poked the puck away, and now Richards has it. The right wing dish to Giroux. Giroux moving on up. Swings wide and then sent it in a goal. Save, Brodeur. What a fake by Giroux. Had me fake and had Brodeur fake as he had to flash that pad out to make the save. Is he shifty or what?
Oh, well, he does things that you not only don't expect, but you think that are physically impossible given the angle of his body.
They're going to call icing there. I thought Brodeur made an effort to play that puck, but they're going to call it icing on Philadelphia.
He's one of these guys where the stick and the puck are going one way and his body is going the other way. And then when you least expect it, he releases the shot right here. Bang, he's moving in the opposite direction. Brodeur certainly didn't expect it at that point when he was moving back towards the boards.
They've given that goal, the tie-breaking goal, to Dinah Zubris. It was definitely Parise who fired the puck from the slot. I did not see Zubris' stick in the vicinity, so it's possible they're just mistaking 8 for 9.
Kind of like I did.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say it. I teed you up and you went for it, but I mean, the bottom line is they break the tie at 15:56. We'll see if they change that to Parise. But the Flyers have to work on getting Boucher to the bench in favor of the extra attacker soon. This will not be icing. Carl is back. Boucher looking to the bench for direction as Coburn moves up. The right wing feed to Briere. Briere for Coburn, trying to center, blocked. Boucher to the bench. Extra attacker is on for the Flyers. 6 skaters on 5. Richards back to get it. 1:15 on the clock. Richards with the right wing pass to Carter. Carter fires, save, but a rebound. Hartnell could not get a shot on goal as it was blocked away. Timonen had trouble, lost his stick trying to keep it in, and now it's flipped ahead by Kovalchuk. Mogers right there to hammer it back in. Here's Brodeur taking aim, and he had ideas about firing that puck toward the empty goal. Of course, he scored, but thought better of it. Flyers keep the puck in. Hartnell behind the net, chops it free. There's Pronger using his skate and then his stick to play it to Hartnell. Hartnell in the slot. Carter fanned on the shot, and then not able to get to it. He has lost his stick. Kovalchuk, empty net. He scores. Ilya Kovalchuk finally has his first goal of this series, and 32.9 seconds away from his first ever postseason victory. It's 5-3 New Jersey.
I can only think that Jeff Carter broke his stick in that attempted shot. The only thing I can think of that would explain him dropping it. And that left him unable to poke check Ilya Kovalchuk. He ain't going to miss from that range.
And there was a slight hesitation by Carter after he took that shot, which I think was, he's realizing, I've got a broken stick, what do I do? And Kovalchuk took full advantage and probably put this game away as we look at the answer to our Chrysler trivia question. 1995, the first time these teams met in the playoffs. This is the 4th meeting. Devils won that series in 6. They beat the Flyers in 7 in 2000. The Flyers beat the Devils in 5 in 04. Tonight on Sportsnet, highlights and analysis from this matchup. Also recap of Phillies Marlins. Get all the news Philly fans need to know on Toyota Sports Night tonight, 10:30, Comcast Sports Night. Of course, the post-game show coming up. Michael Barkamp with Takadal Morgani back in Philadelphia. Now Borat, Steve Coates here in New Jersey. A lot to dissect here in Game 2. And a great hockey game. Boucher's going to charge towards the bench, and the extra attacker is on again for Philadelphia.
Briere spinning it to Carter. Carter couldn't get it deep. Elias is there. With the pop fly to Pronger, batted it down. Parisi, a shot going for the hat trick. Blocked off by Timonen. Now it's set in by Gagne. White to it. He'll flip it along. That one cut off by Timonen. 10 seconds remaining. Timonen firing it in. Here is Motto turning with it ahead, looking for Parisi and the hat trick, but he's checked. And this one comes to an end with the Devils picking up the victory. And so the series will go back to Philadelphia, dead even at a game apiece.
What a tremendous hockey game by both sides. And little number 9 for the New Jersey Devils is our Bud Light player of the game. This was the shorty that he scored to give the Devils a 1-0 lead early in the hockey game. We thought that he had the winner, but it turns out it did belong to Dainis Zubras. Zach Parise did shoot the puck, but he had a little insulation between the puck and his own stick, and that happened to be the stick of Dainis Zubras. Didn't matter. Tremendous game for Zach Parise, and that is why he is our Bud Light player of the game.
Tonight's Flyers-Devils Game 2 was brought to you by your Quality Plus Ford dealers. By Bud Light, the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. By Wachovia, the official financial services partner of the Philadelphia Flyers. And by your local tri-state Toyota dealers. Go Flyers, go Toyota. Toyota, moving forward. And so this series shifts back to Philadelphia. The scene is certainly set for a great hockey game on Sunday night. Game 3. Note the start time again, 6 o'clock at the Wachovia Center, as they'll break the tie in this series. Our coverage begins with the pregame show. Flyers pregame live at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet in high definition where available. Dramatic victory for the Devils here in a game that went back and forth several times. Tremendous intensity, lots of animosity, great theater. Good stuff. We'll get more of it on Sunday. Zach Parise in the middle of things, whether he has 2 goals or 1 goal. Very important as the Devils even the series. For the entire crew, including executive producer, director Brian Cooper, and associate producer Chris Cajaro, as well as my partners, Bill Clement, Steve Coates, I'm Jim Jackson. Good night from the Prudential Center. Stay tuned now. The Flyers postgame live presented by McDonald's.